The following is a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.
It's week number 13 of the National Lacrosse League season, and tonight the defending world champions have come into the capital of the South to take on one of the hottest teams in the league. It's the Calgary Roughnecks and the Georgia Swarm. And hello again, everybody. Thanks for joining us right back here on BR Live, your home for the National Lacrosse League in 2020. Back alongside my broadcast partner, Brandon Joseph, here with a play-by-play story this evening. I'm Chris Mooneyham. Well, two very interesting storylines between these two teams tonight. Calgary been battling injuries all season long and suspension. And, of course, the Georgia Swarm red hot now.
Yeah, looking for their fourth win in a row, coming off that 14-9 victory over the New York Riptide last week.
And Mike Poulin, one big reason why they had so much success last week, standing on his head.
Yeah, 33 saves in that victory. And if you were watching last week, he was mic'd up on NLL Wired, and you got to see and hear how important he is to setting this defense, what he calls out, how to get those guys blocking, and how that leads to transition and offensive opportunities.
Another big storyline in this ball game tonight, of course, and it's the talk of the league. The return of last year's MVP, Dane Dobbie, is back.
Yeah, Dane Dobbie missed 6 games with a suspension in that first game against Vancouver. And this team has played really sloppy without him. They look to tighten that up, and that all starts with number 44 because he wears that C right on his chest.
Another man who had a big day, or big night last week, I suppose, against the New York Riptide was Joel White for the Georgia Swarm, who collected 15 loose balls. We now toss it to the third member of our crew, Tabitha Turner.
Well, guys, I caught up with defenseman Joel White and asked him how he and the rest of the Swarm's defense plan to defend the league's reigning MVP, Dane Dobbie, and this is what he had to say.
Unbelievable player. He's going to find a way to find the back of the net, but if we can limit that, we're going to be successful. So we're just going to try to speed the game up for him, being back for his first game. Obviously, missing a couple here, maybe out of a little bit of a rhythm. So we're just going to try and speed the game up for him and see if that can help us out.
Now, Joel also added that he and the rest of the Swarm's defense would have to bring their A game tonight if they want to take down the defending champs on their home turf. Guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Tabitha. Really appreciate it. Great interview as always. We'll talk a lot about Mike Poulin tonight. Mike Poulin, if you are not aware, is the only man now in modern history after his win last week to now lead 2 franchises in wins. Of course, one is the Swarm and one is Calgary. We'll talk a lot about Mike Poulin and his historic references tonight. Opening face-off, play-by-play story. On the other side of this break, it's the defending world champions in the capital of the South, the Roughnecks and the Swarm, next on BR Live. The National Lacrosse League on BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save today. Now time for a look at tonight's inactive report brought to you by BetMGM. BetMGM, a new corporate sponsor with the National Lacrosse League. Brandon, what stands out to you?
Well, it's one of those names that aren't on here for the Georgia Swarm, and that is Matt Dunn, who was placed on injured reserve just this afternoon. They will, however, get back Brian Cole, who has not played since that Colorado contest. But Kaysen Terabell, he's played sparingly this year, and Ryan McSpadgen, not really into form, I think, as Coach Cuomo would like. Going to get him right with some more practice.
Well, the return, you're right. The big news is the return of Brian Cole to the lineup. Even if we see him sparingly tonight for the Georgia Swarm, there is no question that Brian Cole is a major contributor. Switching to the transition position this year, they believe that he can be a big-time goal scorer. He had a fine season last year. He comes into this ball game after missing about a month or so where he sits on 4 goals and 4 assists. So, only meeting of the year between the two teams. Calgary leads the all-time series 15-7. These two teams have a long and illustrious history against each other. However, we'll talk more about that in just a few moments. Let's toss it down to Tabitha Turner on the floor.
Jason, Calgary is coming in here under 500, but they're still the defending champs. What's been the message to your guys to come in here and not underestimate the competition?
Yeah, we can't take them lightly, especially looking back at last game. We were off to a slow start, so I think the first 5 minutes is going to be key for us in establishing the tone for the game against them.
Good luck tonight, Jason. Thanks.
The Turner down on the sidelines with Jason Noble. Noble, one of the alternate captains. And there's one of our teammates, Brennan and I. That was Brian Finneran, former Atlanta Falcons wide receiver at the center circle, throwing out the ceremonial first ball. A teammate of ours at The Fan, 680 and 93.7 FM in Atlanta. And we want to thank all of you listening through Atlanta Radio on the SportsX, 1230 and 106.3 FM. You just saw our officials for the ball game. A fine, fine crew on hand tonight, and they'll need to be, because, brother, this is going to be a big one tonight. We got 2 mega matchups in the league tonight. Philadelphia is taking on Saskatchewan tonight as well. That ball game should be getting underway about the same time as we get underway here tonight. Those are 2 teams leading their divisions. In this one, it's, well, arguably the hottest team in the league in some ways, the Georgia Swarm at 5-3, winners of 3 straight, taking on the defending world champions who are getting closer to full strength. Adam Weidman, first shot of the ball game. He puts it on top of Christian Del Bianco. And he comes up empty. This first quarter of Swarm and Roughnecks brought to you by BetMGM. Thanks for joining us back on BR Live, your home for the National Lacrosse League in 2020. And of course, alongside Tabitha Turner, who you saw just a few moments ago, and Brandon Joseph, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Loose ball headed for the center circle, and it'll be scooped up by the Swarm. Actually, gonna let it go. Yep. So the Roughnecks will have their opening possession, Brandon.
Over and back to the Roughnecks, not the way the Swarm wanted to begin. The errant pass from Randy Stotts.
Curtis Dixon, his first touch. And then he promptly gives the first touch over to Dane Dobbie, who gives back to Dixon, and Curtis connects.
And that's what the Roughnecks have been missing, with Dane Dobbie suspended for the last 6 contests. That leadership on the floor. Dixon over to Dobbie. Dobbie knows to feed it right back, and Dixon gets himself in great position to fire on Mike Poole and beats him to get on the contest early.
We're going to spend much of this night tonight talking about history for individual players in these 2 teams, and we've already started with some history. For Curtis Dixon, that now is point number 750 for his career. His 14th tally into the net this year to go along with 14 assists. So 14 and 14 for Curtis Dixon. Now 400 plus goals, 750 career points. What a career for Curtis Dixon. Calgary will win the ensuing face-off. Roughnecks 3-4 overall, 3rd in the West Division. They've lost 4 games by a total of 6 goals this year. So their 3-4 mark is a bit deceiving, but at times, to be fair, they have struggled this year. Here's Dobbie getting sealed out.
The question was going to be, how much of Dane Dobbie were we going to see?
My.
And we see him in the scorebook early. 2 minutes in to his return to the Roughnecks. He's already had himself an assist and a goal for the captain from Elora, Ontario. And just take a look, just fighting through contact, getting around and getting his shot off. And that was Jason Noble trying to put the body to Dane Dobbie, but Dane Dobbie doesn't play that. He's a very physical player.
Absolutely. 422nd goal of his long and illustrious career. Now 11 goals shy of top 10 in league history. 2-0 quickly here in Atlanta, by the way. Calgary out in front, 2-0. Just a minute, 9 seconds into the ball game.
Yeah, and then a face-off violation gives Calgary the possession right back.
Try to find some room, Reese Dutch. How many big names and legendary names can one team have? And of course they have 3 offensively that they will run out there, talking about Calgary. Outscoring their opponents now 81-71 on the year, up to the minute number. And now the Swarm offensively, and they've had very little opportunity so far in this one. A Swarm team at 5-3 overall, 2nd place in the East Division, winners of 3 consecutive ball games. Down low, try the underneath shot. It will not connect. And of course, The Swarm tonight will be testing Christian Del Bianco. There he is, one of the finest in the league. Some believe he is the finest keeper in the league, finest tender in the league. We'll talk more about him in a few moments. What do you think?
Yeah, Del Bianco, under 10 goals against per game, and he's just phenomenal.
Underhand bounce shot, no good. Still rolling around down there. Two men battling, and we'll head back the other way. Christian Del Bianco now, we'll get another look at him at 45 saves out last time against New York. 10.97 career goals against. This is his third season as a full-time starter. He was unbelievably good in the postseason last year, as many of you will remember. At 4-0 in 241 minutes, had just an 8.71 goals against mark. This year, he's at 9.97 in the goals against. That's only 8th in the league, by the way, Brandon, and that's how it's an articulation of how goal scoring on the whole is down a bit this year.
Well, very defensive games. The Halifax game, the final last night, 9-8.
Right.
That's how crispy you got to be offensively, because defense, they're just not giving up freebies anymore. And I think this is the next level of National Lacrosse League games. You're going to start seeing more sub-10 goals allowed games. New York Riptide only scored 9 against the Georgia Swarm last week.
Shane Jackson had his first touch a moment ago, 32 in blue. Over to Randy Stotts. Randy going to give it off to Thompson. Lyle tries to go underhanded. Off to the left of Del Bianco. Not really tested. Christian, one more number on him. 821. That's his save percentage this year. That's 4th best in the league. He is the present and the future for Calgary. Oh, nice move. Beautiful move, and Dixon beats Poulin.
Great move by Curtis Dixon. A little dip in the dive. Get a look at the replay here on BR Live. The spin move on Chad Tutton under to protect the ball from McIntosh, who was collapsing in, and then just going 5-hole on Mike Poulin.
Talk about past, present, and future, and of course Mike Poulin, who's off to a bit of a tough start here for the Georgia Swarm, giving up 3 goals in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. He, of course, the past and the present of the league as well, but one of the big storylines in this ball game, Mike Poulin. There you see a look at the Calgary bench. Mike Poulin, the only man in the modern NLL era to lead 2 franchises in wins as a netminder. He's about to get tested once more. Face-off won by Calgary. Coming out of the pack is Zach Currier. How about the year Zach Currier has had? Not too bad. Last year, very good in the postseason, 40 loose balls. Had 10 2 weeks ago against New York. Pass is errant, and we'll head back the other way.
So I'm trying to get that offense going. Lyle Thompson up ahead, unable to get the ball to him. Leo Sturos wisely held off on making that pass.
Miles gets checked and drilled. They'll keep possession, but a good defensive stand there by Greg Harnett. Stotts. Randy, one of the top assist men in the league, gives off to Jordan Hall. Jordan Hall's been very good with the assists. Obviously this year, he'll come in on Del Bianco. How did that ball not go in? They'll call a crease violation, so it would not have mattered. Man leaks out. He'll push forward. Defense does a great job of getting back. Try for a spin move. Nothing doing there for Shane Simpson. And he'll give it off at the center circle to reset the offense.
Yeah, Del Bianco with a great save. And that's the key to Christian Del Bianco. He does a great job of showing you an opportunity, then immediately taking it away once he realizes that the shooter is committing.
Mike Poulin so far with as many saves as goals allowed. 10-minute mark, first quarter. 5 minutes in to one of the biggest games of the weekend in the National Lacrosse League. It's a 3-0 Calgary Roughneck lead. Dixon left side of the floor. Over to the right side in Dobie, where he loves to be. A bounce shot that will come underhanded. Mike Poulin will make the save, and that will send us to our first break of the ball game. The defending world champions off to a great start, leading 3-0 at the 9:41 mark of the first quarter on BR Live. And back in Atlanta, time now for NLL BR Live Wired.
Dixon one was a laser the first time, and then no good angles to challenge Dixon's like dive, he was so low on the ground, I thought for sure he was in. Keep going, buddy. We'll answer.
That was a laser on the first one. He was right. So
That was Kevin Orleman, who you heard there talking to the veteran Mike Poulin. Mike has been such a great mentor to Kevin Orleman, his backup. 2 Kitchener men, of course, so no big surprise that they're buddies. Look at this scrum developing right here on the boards.
And then the third goalie is Sean Orleman, Kevin's brother. So those 3 all have a great working relationship, all trust in each other to make each other better.
Give you a scoring update from across the league coming up here in just a moment as well. Had some action last night. And of course that early game that took place today. Calgary with possession back. This is the perfect start, Brandon Joseph, for Calgary. Absolutely perfect. Dane Dobbie, by the way, 2 assists and a goal in the return from a suspension game. Before I get your thoughts on that, Brandon, let's watch Jordan McIntosh. Got a 2-on-1. Chad Tutton, at least they had it for the moment. And now, wisely, the captain will back out of it.
Yeah, great play by Jordan McIntosh. Scored a breakaway goal last week against the Riptide. That great peace of mind to be able to pull it back out and let the offense come set. Don't rush a bad shot.
Shane Jackson was streaking into the center, had it knocked out of his cradle for a moment, had his stick rocked. He then had a chance to get back on top of it. And now we've got Jackson locked up with another man. They're letting them continue to play. I thought they had blown the play dead. I, of course, was mistaken. And ends up in a missed shot for the Swarm and another save by Del Bianco, and Calgary has it back.
Yeah, Calgary's doing a great job defensively, not letting the Swarm get clean looks at Del Bianco and then closing out and making sure that shots and passes are altered. And Ripper from Calgary, but what the Swarm need to do, they need to figure out something to get a clean look on Del Bianco. They've had 2 legitimate opportunities, but Del Bianco, he plays that game so well in forcing the shooter to shoot where Del Bianco wants the ball to go, not where the shooter wants to go. And take a look at this down here if you're watching on BR Live. Just that movement, the Swarm are finally able to get Brian Cole, who makes his return back to the lineup on the floor, and he gets a goal, picks up his 5th of the year.
Welcome back, Brian Cole. After missing a month's worth of action, Brian Cole is back in the tally sheet, and as Brandon mentioned, it's his 5th goal of the 1920 season.
Finally, the Swarm were able to force Calgary to collapse in, and Cole actually created his own shot with that screen up high. Then he rolls off, gets the pass, creates the opportunity before Reese Callies was able to come in and close out the shot.
Swarm on the board, now a 3-1 ball game. Calgary is absolutely designing to play Georgia physical on their defensive end, Georgia's offensive end, and why not? That's seemed to work against the Swarm over the last few years. And of course, Georgia, number 3 in the league in goals scored per ball game at 12. Calgary's been good defensively, not great, but they've had some really fine ball games. Number 7 overall when you put it all together in scoring defense while allowing 10 goals per ball game. So the Swarm on the board in a 2-goal game. Dixon bottom side. Sill out, shot on Poulin. Looks for an outlet as he always does. Finds a man center circle. Miles Thompson. Energy back in the building, Brandon, after that goal.
And the Swarm playing with a little bit more pizzazz about them. Just an errant pass there, trying to get onto the stick of Jordan Hall. That was a legitimate scoring opportunity.
Had the leak out offensively. Dobbie did a great job of finding the seam that he wanted, but an even better job of getting back and putting pressure. Brennan Bomberry to keep Dobbie from being able to make the connection and getting a shot on top of Poulin. Oh my, look at Jordan Hall as he tried to put that shot on. He got absolutely rocked and sent through the air. In the end, the loose ball picked up by the Swarm.
Jordan Hall did a great job of anticipating contact to get that shot attempt off, and then Miles Thompson with the goal going low on Del Bianco. And a great job of the continuation of play, keeping the offensive fluidity for the Swarm. And again, Miles Thompson getting the ball knocked away by Tyler Burton, picks up his own shot, and around Burton. Burton was the defender on the Brian Cole goal that got caught out of position. And again, just too aggressive defensively. There is a thing being too aggressive on defense. Left Miles Thompson with just enough room to get a good look and a good shot, and one that scored on Christian Del Bianco.
I'll tell you something, for all of you out there who really love the National Lacrosse League and you love to study career paths of players, look up Miles Thompson's career. It's been a really interesting ebb and flow of production. Miles, of course, the number 3 overall selection back in 2014. Last year had a really underrated season, 23 goals, 20 assists. Now, already into this 9th ball game here this year, Miles Thompson's just collected his 12th goal of the year to go along with 11 assists. Loose behind Bianco, he's going to corral it. And Calgary have possession. Now in a 3-2 ball game under the 6-minute mark of this first quarter. Only meeting of the year between the two clubs. Calgary leads the all-time series 15-7. Dixon thought about it, gives off to Doby. Now Curtis Dixon took a shot at it. Mike makes 2 saves at quick succession. Roughnecks won their only meeting last year, 14-13, a very exciting ball game late in the year at the Saddle Dome. Since the Swarm moved to Atlanta in 16, the series is even 3-3. And the Swarm have not lost here in Sting City.
Zach Currier coming off the field.
Oh, baby. Easy as Sunday pie. Dane Doby collects his 2nd goal of the ball game, and Dane is now fresh. You know, we talked about it before the ball game. Would he be rusty? Would he be fresh? We knew he would have his legs. But how about his shot? How fresh would he be? And you used the word crisp. Well, he looks pretty crisp here so far tonight.
Yeah, he's so crispy, he might as well be burnt toast. That's what Dane Doby so far in this first quarter, 10 minutes into this contest. He has not missed a beat, and yeah, you haven't played in 6 games. There should be some fall off, but this is why Dane Doby was a 2019 NLL MVP, because he doesn't fall off. And you can see all the problems. If you've watched Calgary all year long, all those problems that they've had, all the lack of execution that's been plaguing them all year, all that has been solved with the reemergence of Dane Doby.
Doby last year, of course, as the MVP, had 115 total points, which was the 5th highest single season tally in league history. And you go for 115 in a single season with what he had been able to do in the rest of his career. Now, again, he's 10 goals away from top 10 in the all-time list. Right now, a 4-2 Calgary lead on BR Live.
Back where Calgary leads the Swarm 4-2. Coach, early start offensively for Calgary. What needs to change offensively for your guys?
Well, I think, you know, we talked a lot about not giving those open looks, and, you know, Dixon and Doby have all 4 of their goals, and we know those guys are capable of putting up big nights. So we got to do a better job marking those guys and not giving them those easy looks.
Thanks, Coach. Guys.
Great job, Tabitha. Thanks as always. Remember, fans, to watch all the action from across the National Lacrosse League this season on BR Live. Choose an annual, monthly, or per game pass. For more information, visit NLL.com/BR Live. Yes, indeed. Coach gave you the game recap there. If you're just tuning in, thanks for joining us on BR Live. Curtis Dixon, Dane Doby, both with 2 goals in the affair. 2, well, I suppose you'd say legends, wouldn't you? At least borderline legends in this league now they're becoming. They've given the Riggers a 2-goal lead, and there's another one. Not either of the 2 aforementioned men, but speaking of legendary, that is Rhys Dutch. And for Rhys Dutch, that is his 400th career goal. History in the making in Atlanta, everywhere on the floor tonight.
Congratulations to Rhys Dutch. That goal was created by Curtis Dixon. Look at that closeout there on Connor Sellers. And Dutch just waits, comes around, uses it as a screen, and then he gets career goal 400, as you mentioned, right through the wickets of Mike Poulin.
My goodness, this ball game just dripping in history tonight. 187 games played for Rhys Dutch. Now 979 points. Keep that in mind, 979 for Dutch, because 10-10 would put him top 10 all time.
It's a lot of 10s.
That's why I tried to slow it down. It's a little broadcaster trick, you know what I mean? Loose ball picked up by the Swarm. 5-2.
Injured Swarm behind the plays, Jordan McIntosh. He's trying to get off the field to allow the Swarm to get back up to 5.
Oh, boy.
Makes it to the exchange box.
I know that is off camera, and we've got to follow the action, but that does not look good for Jordan McIntosh. We got ourselves a shot clock violation.
Swarm are out of sorts. They have the shot clock violation. They're trying to get a stoppage of play. McIntosh's stick is still on there. Ed Cuomo's upset with the official because he wanted the injured player for the play to stop as we go NLL wired with our officials.
I didn't see anybody with the reset signal. So we had reset behind the net. Was there a reset behind the net? From down here from the possession. From blue ball? Yeah. How much time left? Possession. Did we win a whole 30 there? No.
No.
Okay. You want to I think we got to put at least 10, 11 seconds. Yeah, because no, that was way quick. 11 seconds. 11.
Well, a great job by Ryan Fowler, Blair Ferguson, Brandon Hessen, and of course the shot clock operator tonight, Andrew Halperin. We told you at the top, crew were going to be very, very busy tonight. We got a top flight crew here in Atlanta this evening.
McIntosh goes down the tunnel to the Swarm locker room under his own power, so that's a good sight to be seen for the captain of the Swarm.
Next weekend, the National Lacrosse League Game of the Week moves to Buffalo as Josh Byrne and the Bandits welcome Stephen Keogh and the Thunderbirds to the KeyBank Center. Catch all the action on BR Live, Twitter, and Facebook starting at 7 p.m. A massive win for Halifax last night as they were able to take out Toronto 9-8 the final. A little more NLL BR Live wired.
3:31 and 11. Hey.
Okay, so 11 was set on the shot clock as we heard. Jordan Hall tries to go across the floor with 2 Calgary men standing right there in his way.
Calgary's winning this game in the defensive zone. They're doing such a great job.
Filling passing lanes, disrupting the pick and roll. It's been rather a defensive clinic here for Calgary. Dobie. Bit of an errant pass. Dutch can't handle it. Now picks up the loose ball. He'll think about it just the same. It's off to the left of Poulin. He's not tested, and it's a shot clock violation.
Swarm already playing Calgary games. They're not just the Roughnecks by nickname. That's their mentality. And Jason Noble back and forth with Dobie and Dixon. That's the game Calgary wants to play. They think that they can win that physical matchup and get the Georgia Swarm out of their game by doing that. And so far, it's working.
Zach Miller came up empty a moment ago. The rookie acquired from San Diego in the offseason, 3 in blue. He's been good here early on in the year. First third of the season. I'll tell you part of the other storyline that is glaring for me in this ball game. First, let's watch the potential breakaway. Wiedemann, not afraid to take it. A guy defensively who can score if he's pressed into it. Of course, he had a breakaway goal last week that lit this barn on fire.
And in the interim, Wiedemann's filling in that role for McIntosh.
Yep. Good to have Brian Cole back tonight when you got McIntosh hobbled in off the floor. If you're just tuning in, Jordan McIntosh checked out of the ball game, injured just a few moments ago. About 2 minutes or so ago. Before we get to the penalty, it's really interesting that Calgary has so many shots on goal. Remember that part of the big storyline for the Swarm this year, #1 in the league, fewest shots allowed.
Georgia play number 32, 2 minutes slashing.
Got Shane Jackson for the slash. We'll take a look at it here. Right there, right off of the shove from Eli Salamo.
Frustration.
Yeah, and that's the physical nature that Calgary has been playing, starting to alter the Swarm just a little bit.
Calgary on the power play so far this year. Last in the league. It's remarkable to see it. I had to check the number twice when I saw it doing my research during the week. Now 9 of 29 on the season, 29% before that converted goal. And the Swarm have been good on the penalty kill this year, #4 in the league. Nothing going right for Georgia, everything going right for Calgary tonight.
Yeah, Reese Dutch from distance. And again, it's just that physical nature. Now the Swarm, they're playing off a little bit so they don't get caught up in those picks and the physicality to give them clear shots. And then Doug Hartnett comes through, creates that opportunity by the collapse. And then Reese Dutch gets that clear lane because the Swarm don't want to be up physical because they're getting picked off, they're getting screened off with the physical nature of Calgary.
So, of course, Shane Jackson comes out of the penalty box. For those of you new to the game, on the 2-minute minor when the offending team allows a goal. A man down on the minor. Your man allowed to rejoin the fray. 1 minute mark coming up in this first quarter. It's been all Calgary here in the Deep South tonight. Oh, nearly another penalty. 6-2, the Riggers out in front. Loose ball.
And then Hayden Dixon on that offensive series for the Roughnecks came all the way around to create that physical screen. So they're trying to bring physicality from different locations to keep the Swarm defenders guessing.
Zed Williams, the first test from him on top of Del Bianco, and we've got another breakaway here potentially. Instead, a slowdown, and that's probably wise for Salama.
McIntosh back on the floor for the Swarm, and a great job by Lyle Thompson. Take the sharpest angle he could to get off the field to let Jordan McIntosh get on.
Here's Dutch. 6 goals for the Necks. 2 from Curtis Dixon, 2 from Dane Doby, 2 from Reese Dutch. For those of you maybe just tuning in, unbelievable. It's been a night of legends tonight in Atlanta.
Poulin will come off as this was going to be the last possession of the first quarter. Stotts, trouble bringing it in the attacking half.
Oh my. Brandon Joseph, that possession right there is kind of an articulation of what Georgia has been through offensively in this ball game. Give all the credit to Calgary. They have been incredibly stout defensively, and of course, that man is one of the best in the league, if not the best. His team owns a 4-goal lead to the first quarter break. It's 6-2, the defending champions from Calgary, with a 4-goal lead over the Georgia Swarm. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. Week 13 around the National Lacrosse League, back on BR Live. A massive win for Halifax last night, 9-8 over Toronto, trying to secure their spot at the top of the North Division. Meanwhile, I said it might be an elimination ball game coming up earlier this afternoon between San Diego and Vancouver. The Seals have a 10-goal run at one point, win 15-10.
Yeah, between those two games earlier today, Vancouver and San Diego, whatever team can get back to 500, that's going to be the team that's in it. They can nary afford a loss between Vancouver and San Diego for the rest of the year.
Now, it looks like only 2 teams are getting to the playoffs out of the West Division. Agree, disagree?
Yeah,
Gotta
absolutely.
Be, right? So you got to get to that number 2 spot, which right now, of course, is occupied by Colorado, with Calgary just behind.
And if Calgary plays more like this and not like they have inconsistent for the last 7 games, they'll be that second team. I think what we've seen in only a quarter from Calgary is probably just slightly better than what Colorado can put out in their best effort.
Wiedemann checked hard from behind. Ball ends up in the stick of McIntosh, who's checked back into the ball game. That's a very good sign for Swarm supporters. Minute into the second quarter here in the building affectionately known as Sting City, the Infinite Energy Arena in Duluth, Georgia. We're in the northeast portion of the massive, sprawling Metro Atlanta, the Metroplex, if you will. Look at that trick shot, and a beauty. Dixon tried for it. Mike Poulin made a great save. He's really starting to settle in now as Mike Poulin. Could be a breakaway. Connor Sellers now will slow up things a little bit, let his offense get out onto the floor. Shane Jackson works around to the top. Now off to Randy Stotts. Ray likes to be on this right side. He'll move out and give room to Zed Williams. Zed moves to the point. Zed, a bounce shot on top of Del Bianco.
And what you saw right there, Randy Stotts tried to spin off to create an opportunity for himself. Great job of film study from the Calgary Roughnecks. Zach Currier played the Randy Stotts spin move perfectly. Curtis Manning's going to get 2 minutes for holding the stick. So the Swarm really going to need to take advantage off of this.
Yeah, you're not kidding, and they need it in the worst way. They absolutely need it in the worst way. If you love the National Lacrosse League, you'll love all the highlights on our social channels. Get the best goals, saves, and action during the games and during the week on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and NLL.com. So the power play begins, the 2-minute minor. Del Bianco opens up with a save, had a chance at a breakaway, or rather a leak out front end from Dixon, the pass not connecting. Calgary, by the way, in case you're wondering, 9th in the league on the penalty kill, 53%. Georgia on the power play has actually struggled a little bit here as of late. They've fallen all the way to 8th in the league, 46%. Point blank range, Miles Thompson comes up empty.
That's a goal against most goalies in this league. That's a goal against most goalies in this league. That's just how great Christian Del Bianco is.
All of a sudden, the shots on goal, by the way, now even, Brandon. We're at 12 apiece. If the big scoreboard's to be believed. Stotts tries for it this time. And Del Bianco makes another save. Christian Del Bianco becoming one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league currently. You know, he still has a below 500 record, by the way. If you can believe that, regular season anyway.
And the best part about what Del Bianco does, he doesn't allow rebounds. He doesn't allow a lot of second chance opportunities. And he saves the ball in a way that allows him to be an asset for a team to attack off of his saves.
You'll see very few soft ones get through. Oh, McIntosh kind of looked away before he made the catch. And that loose ball picked up by Zach Currier.
Yeah, Jordan McIntosh had to take his eyes off the ball there. He was trying to pick up Del Bianco. A lot of times, the only opportunity you have against a keeper like Del Bianco is to pick up that ball and almost immediately redirect it.
And that will now be the end of the penalty. And we're at even strength with the shift off to the left-hand portion of your screen.
That's going to hurt the Swarm. They need to capitalize on those opportunities. A prime opportunity to cut this lead down to 3 early in the second.
Crease violation on the Swarm. Push in, give off. Great idea there. I'll tell you what, Tyson Bell thought about it. Tyson Bell, who against Philadelphia earlier in the year had 13 loose balls, a goal and an assist, one of the great games of his career. Thought about taking it himself there a moment ago. Lyle Thompson testing CDB and coming up empty.
That crease violation from Shane Jackson, just a microcosm of what happens when that physical nature takes its toll. He wanted to create just a half step away from the defender to prevent the defender from getting in on his body. That half step led him into the crease.
Here's Dan Taylor with a touch. Dan with 2 game-winning goals already. Puts one right into the chest protector of Poulin. Really came into his own last season, did Dan Taylor, with 23 and 23. 10-minute mark, second quarter. Again, thanks for joining us on BR Live, or if you're joining us on the radio in Atlanta on the SportsX. Under the 10-minute mark of the second quarter, it's Calgary 6, Georgia 2. Randy Stotts gonna push in. Shot in that is deflected in the end by Zach Currier. And here comes Calgary. Ahead, caught, shot, saved by Poulin. Dixon denied by Poulin.
Yeah, Mike Poulin has not played too bad early in this contest. It's just he's seeing a lot of shots, a lot of tough shots that he's having to defend. It's just Calgary is so crisp, especially when they're up around the crease area, about maximizing those opportunities.
I mentioned it a moment ago, agree or disagree, he's really settled in now, has Mike Poulin.
Yeah, rough start for Poulin, and as expected, somebody of the caliber of Mike Poulin to settle in this contest, and that's what he's doing. And that's why you want to see the Swarm try to get back 1 or 2 goals real quick.
Save! The big horn blares and the goal dance is out as Ced Williams draws his first tally of the ball game. The third-year man, the number 4 overall selection in 2017, has just collected his 10th goal of the 2019-20 campaign.
Yeah, Ced Williams making me look like I know what I'm talking about there. Great spin move from Zed. And then Liam LeClaire, slow to pick up Zed off of that turn. Slower than Molasses, trying to go uphill with a pair of crutches. And Zed Williams maximizes and gets the ball into the net, but we will have a challenge, it looks like, from Calgary.
He drags? It looks like he drags through the line. Yeah, okay, well, you look at everything, right? I'll have a look. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm going to look at all the angles. Yeah.
You're hearing NLL's BR Live Wired, and that, of course, the words, the voice of Kurt Malawski a moment ago. Actually, let's check back in.
Like he drags on the ground before he goes in. I'll go have a look. Guy's name's Hammond. Hammond? Okay, I'm just gonna turn this up. I can't hear you. Okay, this is the first one. Let's back that right up. Okay. Yep. Okay, slow, frame by frame. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, we're going fast.
Okay.
That's going to be a goal, Brandon.
Yes, I don't think that it's clear enough to overturn it. It'll be interesting to see if we can get another angle that can either confirm it. Here our referee want to go frame by frame.
Okay, good, let's go roll.
Let's go back down to the floor and listen in once more.
Okay, let's go. Go. Okay, let's see an overhead.
You can see what Calgary's coaching staff thinks that they
I
saw.
lost ya. Yeah, frame by frame.
Not enough.
Okay. Yeah, what else we got? Can we go? Pause. Back it up. Pause. So go forward. Forward. Frame by frame. Okay.
He's trying to watch that toe, Brandon, but that toe does not touch. We saw in the previous angle until afterward, I believe.
I need something else.
So, and what he's also needed to look for is that ball. It looks like it touches the top part of the net.
Okay, go back. Okay, roll through.
Can't see anything.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, go.
This is the one that tells most of the story.
Yeah, forward here. Slow, slow, slow. Okay. Forward. No, no, keep it here. Keep going. Go. Go. Okay. I want to see pause back. I need to see that first one and then the overhead.
He's going to try to stitch the two shots
Okay,
together.
This one here. Go, 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 go. Go. Pause there. Right. Pause right there. Yeah. Zoom out. Yeah. Overhead.
This is incredible technological work by our crew. We'll check back in and listen on the audio.
Yeah, but can we not stamp it at the same
Hammond
time?
Reynolds, Scott Hicken, John Wilkerson. Great job, guys.
So show me that go here, yeah. Okay, no, wait, go, go, go. Go, go, forward, forward. Okay, now flip to the other side. All right, thank you.
I think that's going to stand as a good goal. I think the ball actually hit on the top side behind Del Bianco before the foot landed. Therefore, it's a good goal.
Ryan Fowler.
After review, there's There's no conclusive evidence to overturn the original call. The call on the field stands. Good goal.
Could be a big moment now. 9:02 mark of this second quarter. Georgia starting to finally get the offense together. I tell you what, Fowler's about to head over to Kurt Malowski as well to explain it to him, and this should be some great audio as well. I think he did. I want to mention one more time, great job by our crew, John Wilkerson, Scott Hicken, Hammond Reynolds, and don't forget about Kevin Miley. Kevin Miley is the man who orchestrated much of the camera work, putting together the fixture there in between the pipes. And that was an integral shot there in trying to figure out whether or not the goal was good. And plus, Kevin gave me a hard time because I didn't mention him last week. I'm only kidding. So, goal is good, stays at 6-3. Calgary's lead now cut in half. Doby puts on the spin move, comes up empty. Here come the Swarm.
And that long delay acted as an extra timeout for the Swarm to kind of reset, get things together on the same page, and almost get a reevaluation of the tactics they wanted to deploy as we wind down this first half.
And a goal for Randy Stotts! Almost kind of a one-timer type score there for Randy Stotts. The goal dance is back out in Atlanta.
Yeah, Randy Stotts fighting through. Saw that contact up high by Bomberry. And then Bomberry comes back, closes out. And now Calgary, a little bit of a flip. Calgary was worried about the contact there. That's Tyson Bell. Was actually worried about Bomberry coming back to clear him back out. And then across. He put that stick up by his ear because he thought there was going to be a streaker coming in behind him. Ended up giving Randy Stotts exactly what he wanted. Stick up, can't defend the shot. Stotts gets a clean look and capitalizes on Del Bianco.
12th goal of the campaign for Randy Stotts. To go along with 29 assists, he's top 15 in the league in points, and all of a sudden it's a 6-4 ball game. You talked about the coaches a moment ago. Before we hit the break, I got to mention this. That's part of the storyline tonight. Ed Cuomo versus Kurt Malowski, two of the best in the game today. Now, those two men in a two-goal game on BR Live.
Calgary leads the Swarm 6-4. Coach, the Swarm, you guys, the defense had a quick breakdown there, allowed 2 quick goals by the Swarm. Where was the breakdown and how do you fix it?
One was just something we work on all the time. It's just feet. We just had to fix the guy's feet. Low guy had to fix where he was forcing the guy. And the second one, we got an old guy on stuck back on defense, and we got to do better.
Thanks, Coach. Guys.
Thank you, Tabitha. That was Tabitha Turner with defensive coach Rob Williams. Swarm came narrowly close, inches just a moment ago from making it 6-5. Back on BR Live. Thanks for joining us, everybody. You saw Tabitha Turner just a moment ago. Brandon Joseph, the man off to my left. I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us on BR Live for another night of the National Lacrosse League, week number 13. Give you some scoring updates throughout the evening tonight. And for those of you joining us on the radio in Atlanta, on the SportsX, Krepinsak. Alex got sealed out. And now the Swarm will slow things down and reset it with all offensive men. Well, Zed Williams says never mind to that. Decides to take the shot himself. Left side of the floor. Now an underhanded shot where Poulin makes the save. And again, we've got some physicality. It's something we'll need to watch. Right at the point, right in front of the crease. You'll see a lot of traffic and a lot of physicality, especially initiated by Calgary. But Georgia's made it a point over the last couple of years as people have decided to do this to Georgia to try and answer back. And maybe in this ball game, we're starting to see that answer back by Georgia earlier than we've grown accustomed to seeing you and I, Brandon, over the last few years.
Yeah.
Are you starting to see it?
Yeah,
See it? Or am I way off?
Absolutely. Wilder Fury may not be the heavyweight fight of the night between these two contests going on. And yeah, Calgary came out and they wanted to be physical. Georgia's answered back with the physicality.
Zed with a great spin move. Tried for the behind the back shot. Randy Stotts comes away with it. He kicks it off the pipe. Shot clock winding down. Sends into Shane Jackson, who's cutting. And the shot clock resets once more. This is a tremendous offensive possession for Georgia. Lyle sealed out. He gets kicked out by Curtis Manning. No big surprise there. And now Calgary has it. Dobie. You're just tuning in. Dane Dobie off suspension, 2 goals tonight. 2 assists as well. It's been a legendary night for Calgary. I beg your pardon, Brandon, just really quick. I love to do these check-ins. We know some people will be checking in. They've been checking out the other games here on the network. We're going to have BR Live NLL Wired here in just one moment. Let's get to that first. Penalty on Georgia. Jordan McIntosh holding the stick.
Yeah, that's about the only thing the refs are really calling. 2 holding the stick penalties tonight. They're letting a lot of physicality go, and that's what's frustrated Jordan McIntosh. All this physical play, all the, I'm not going to call them cheap shots, but the unnecessary shots that they're allowing to go by, and then they call holding the stick.
6 goals for Calgary in the affair. 2 for Reese Dutch, 2 for Curtis Dixon, 2 for Dane Dobie. Mike Poulin has been good as of late. Still pitching a shutout in this second quarter. White. Give off Thompson! No, yes, Miles Thompson! It's a 6-5 ball game, a 3-0 second quarter in favor of Georgia. Once down, 3-1, it's 6-5.
Got that pregame rub from being on the pregame show. Joe White got that little extra mojo coming up shorty, getting it over to Miles Thompson, and Miles Thompson just beats Del Bianco. Del Bianco was playing the pass back to Joe White. Miles Thompson picked up on that early. That's what I was talking about earlier. These guys are having to pick up Del Bianco right before they get the ball to try to see where their shot lane is. And when they're able to do that and complete receiving the pass and able to redirect the ball, that's where they're seeing dividends.
3rd shorthanded goal of the season for the Georgia Swarm. The first for Miles Thompson, his 2nd goal overall in the affair, and 13th of the campaign. Again, Calgary once led 3-1. Well, they led 2-0, 3-1, and 5-2. Well, here's the end of that scoring drought for Calgary. Make it 7-5. The old broadcaster jinx.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Dane Dobie just went 5-0 on Mike Poulin. Mike Poulin is not going to like giving up that one. That's a goal that he, by every count, does not feel he should give up. And yeah, just was able to go 5-0 on Poulin. Poulin thought he had the stick down there to protect and just found just enough space to get through.
Now for Dane Dobie, what else is new? The scoring continues for one of the great players in our game, and that'll be the hat trick. Again, we asked the question at the start of the broadcast, would he be rusty? Would he be, well, we knew he'd be fresh, but would he be crisp, ready, or a bit rusty? He's got a hat trick tonight, 6th goal of the year.
Well, he answered that question.
Indeed.
Didn't even take him 30 minutes to do it.
424 goals now to go along with 451 assists.
Accounted for what, 5 points on 7 goals?
Yep. 9 goals from top 10 all time, and Calgary's strike again. It's Curtis Dixon. My goodness. I know I'm beating this drum and I don't want to kick the horse while it's dead, but my goodness. It's all Dutch, all Dixon, and all Dobie tonight. Now Dixon on the hat trick.
Sounds like a 70s folk rock band.
Or a law firm in Calgary.
And that just situation where I believe it was Adam Wiedemann was just left out on an island. He went to go start that physical nature up top, and he had to guard 2 people. And if you're the Swarm, if somebody's going to close out and start that contact, you need to fill behind them instantly so that they're not left in a beatable position. And he was, and they were.
The law firm of Dutch, Doby, and Dixon, let us score for you today.
I think you just gave him a shirt idea in Calgary.
As long as I can get one for free. I'm all about the free stuff.
Here we go.
Well, Brian Cole might be one of about 3 or 4 guys, if you're Calgary, you do not want to get into it with. Salama's a tough guy. He's a big kid, too, by the way. Salama, the second-year player, 6'2", 211, and it did some sort of extracurricular resulting in a penalty.
Gonna get him with the cross check.
I believe that now will take us to a break before we get back to play. See if we're going to take a break in the building here at 3:50 of the second quarter. A 3-goal game, Calgary out in front 8-5, and we break once more on BR Live.
This guy here, right? I said, what are you talking about? The Jackson one. The shooter before, we had 3 resets. Jackson can't run through the middle without getting someone to hook him. He feels contact, he throws his head back. Right? And they got a penalty for that. We got a penalty. Salama, he didn't even hit him. He slashes him in the lane. He's lying about holding. Hey, we're good, we're even. When I come over there, the guy tells me to go fuck myself. No one would talk to you like that. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Back to play. Calgary, after the penalty, have an extra man, have a one-on-one, and Mike Pullen makes the save on top of Bell, I believe.
And Shane Simpson.
Thank you, sir.
Sent to the penalty box. So it's the Swarm now looking to capitalize. They were unable to capitalize on their first power play. They actually got a shorthanded goal in the contest.
Off to the right of Del Bianco.
Trying to create those passing lanes with the
Thompson went behind the back to Stotts. Stotts misses the shot. Miles comes up with a loose ball. Oh my goodness gracious. That one tickled off the top shelf. A rocket put a hole in the board. Holy smokes.
Wish there was a radar gun on that one.
Once a 6-2 ball game. Georgia went on a 3-goal run to get it to 6-5. Since then, Calgary has come back for 2 unanswered. Now 8-5, 2.5-minute mark coming up in this second quarter. Roughnecks, the defending world champions.
And considering you got the lead from Calgary down to 1, you go into half, Calgary with a multi-goal lead. If you're the Swarm, it's just got to be that sinking feeling in your gut.
Power play down to 20 seconds for Calgary.
Last possession with the power play. McIntosh very wise to slow it down. Make sure you get every offensive body on there to take full advantage.
Stotts! Stotts! Randy Stotts! As many shorthanded goals in this ball game as Georgia has had for the season. Randy Stotts this time comes up with his first shorthanded goal of the campaign. His 13th of the year. Oh, I'm sorry, they were on the power play. I beg your pardon. I misspoke. Thank you so much. And now it's an 8-6 ball game, 8-7 ball game.
Yeah, Randy Stocks just put that little short hopper on Del Bianco. That eats up most Major League Baseball shortstops, and it ate up one of the best goalies. And we'll have a pre-face-off matching minors.
Had a brain freeze there for a moment. You bailed me out, buddy. Thank you.
That's what friends are for.
I must have said shorthanded 3 times there. That's why you're the color analysis guy, and I'm just the talking head. So a 2-goal game now at 1:57 remaining in this first half. Don't forget, fans, we'll have halftime coming up for you. No matter where or how you may be taking in this ball game very shortly. Mark Zinno and Drew Petkoff will bring you the halftime story. If you're watching out there in TV land. Lead ahead. Give off. Beautiful pass. Great idea. Better execution. Holy smokes. The goal for Calgary in the dying minutes of this first half at 1:33. It's goal number 9 on the night, and it's Zach Currier's 3rd of the campaign.
And that's one of those plays that Coach Ed Cuomo is not going to be happy about. Ball goes out of play. There is a stoppage. A lot of Swarm players just standing around, not getting off the floor, and that allows the odd man rush the other way with the service from Del Bianco.
And now head coach Ed Cuomo is challenging the goal. This will be an interesting conversation. Coach Cuomo, of course, north of the 100 win mark in his career. Only 4 coaches have done that in league history. Let's listen in.
No, you have to let us. Yeah, I go stick to stick. The other guy pointed the other way. That's it. But listen, yeah. So foot in the crease. But I know they're running harder than the bench. I know there's a good passer. They're going to fucking here, and the guy's going out the goal. They got to be on their side. Can you watch that? We'll watch every fucking time. We'll watch. Yeah. Be on the same page.
Well, that's the beauty of NLL BR Live. You're going to get some real talk here, folks, and it's grown people conversation only. We're going to take the break while they review it on BR Live. Brandon Joseph, what do you see? Was there a foot in the crease? Or, to be more precise, when was his foot in the crease?
Yeah, I think that's going to be what the referees have to stitch together here. They're going to have to take the multiple camera angles and piece this all together. I don't think we'll have a clean enough look of all the pieces needed, but that challenge was based all on principle from Ed Cuomo. He was more upset at the fact the referees, one referee signaled Swarm ball, the other signaled it was Calgary's ball, and then they left it in play.
I'll tell you, Brendan, you know, you and I, we agree so often, but
I think the foot may have been down before.
This is going to be very, very close. This is certainly just as close as the long replay we had earlier. I tell you what, we got more audio. Let's listen in once again.
Stop, flip to the other one. At the exact same time. Exact same time. Exact same time.
So this is ball clear of crease. If he can get the other angle, if that foot's already down in an established position, then he would know the foot was down before the ball crossed. So he's going to get the other angle with the same time code.
So is that the same point in time? I need a timestamp, guys.
That's what he's using the word timestamp.
Stop, and then flip to the overhead at that same point in time. That same time.
Ed Bolus.
Thank you.
My goodness.
I think the call's going to have to stand.
Yep.
Foot may not have been down.
Oh, we've heard a lot from Ryan Fowler tonight.
After review, due to inconclusivity, we have a good goal.
9-6 Calgary.
And credit to Ryan Fowler. Some referees don't do this. Other referees do. He did a great job of communicating with our very own production staff, trying to get the best angle and working with those guys back in the truck to try to get a fair and honest conclusion.
Fans, want to remind you one more time, coming up on NLL at the half, Mark Zinno and Drew Petkoff will have highlights and analysis of first half action and a look around the league. All that and more coming up at the half. BR live at the half. Loose ball after the face-off. Min and White have it once more. Over and back to call. Now the officials trying to sort this thing out. We got Bell and McIntosh doing everything they can to get into it with each other. Officials finally going to separate them. Stotts comes off the bench, puts a quick shot on top of Del Bianco. Ball pops up in the air and Bell comes away with it. Tyson Bell, Johnny on the spot. And as we near the 1 minute mark, Calgary almost assured now a halftime lead. Barring something wild here in the final 60 seconds. Poulin.
Yeah,
by the way, Georgia now leads this ball game on shots on goal.
Yeah, I think if the Swarm can get back within 2 here, if they can get one back before the end of half, they'll be really happy, all things considered.
Lyle comes flying in, cannot connect. Shane Jackson.
That was a 2-for-1.
Finds it off the board.
He wanted to make sure he got that shot off with enough time to force Calgary to have to shoot it with a shot clock.
Zed with a bounce shot. Tried for the bounce a little too early in his movement. Randy Stotts. Well, I'm going to tell you what, that came out of his stick a little early, didn't it? And it'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I think what Randy Stotts actually was trying to do is just trying to dump it off of the backside of Del Bianco so it would roll to the corner. He'll be able to pick it up with a reset and no shot clock so they could have final possession.
Final 5. Doby looks for another on a hat trick tonight. Spin move. Dane Doby has his shot deflected, and that will be the end of first half action. As far as, you know, regulation play.
Yeah, this was the preliminary round.
Right.
Stand by at second half for the main card of the Georgia Swarm and the Calgary Roughnecks.
This was the co-main event. But even after the final whistle sounds in the half, you have some extracurricular activities.
Yeah, the championship rounds are coming up.
Tabitha Turner is down on the floor, efforting an interview here in just a moment. We still got a whole lot of chirping going on.
Well, Dane Doby wants to talk more to the Georgia Swarm more than Tabitha right now.
Yeah, she is literally trying to get an interview with Dane Doby right now, and he's still chirping to the Georgia Swarm. Now he's settled in, taking off his helmet, and he is on the floor with Tabitha.
Dane, you guys got 2 players with hat tricks so far, including yourself in this game. What's been working well offensively other than your return?
Just moving the ball, moving our feet, and getting some chemistry back together. And you know, we got a whole other half here. It's going to be a tight game. Both teams are hungry for a win here.
Thanks, Dane. Good luck second half.
Brandon, how good are these guys going to be when they finally get Jesse King back into the fold? Halftime coming up next from Atlanta in a 3-goal game on BR Live.
Welcome back at halftime here at the Infinite Energy Arena. The Calgary Roughnecks lead the Swarm 9-6. It is ladies' night here as there are 500 women down there awaiting the drop of a $30,000 certificate for a diamond. And Tabitha Turner is in the scrum of this all. Tabitha, take it away.
That's right, Mark. You would not want to be down here right now because these ladies are looking vicious around me. Like you said, over 500 women are down here with their chance to win a $30,000 1.5 carat diamond. So how this works, parachutes are about to drop from the sky with numbers in them, and the winning number that they pull gets the $30,000 1.5 carat. I'm about to jump in right now, so I'm peacing out. See y'all in a second. It's about to get crazy. I can almost get one. Wait a minute. I almost got one. I got one. I hope it's the winning number. I'll open it up after the break. You guys don't go anywhere. Hopefully this is the winning number. We'll see when we get back after these commercial breaks. Well, welcome back. The 4th annual diamond drop by Terrifying Jewelers has just happened. I managed to get mine. I'm going to open it up. But in a moment, they're going to call out a number. And in these bags, they have cards and numbers and also chocolate. And if you focus in, there's a number. They're going to draw the number, and whoever gets their number drawn gets a $30,000 1.5 carat diamond necklace from Tara's Fine Jewelers. I hope that I win it. Things are still falling for the sky. People have been getting trampled out here. I hope no one got hurt, but the last few parachutes are falling from the sky. And if you see, I fell over and almost bum rushed somebody a second there trying to get mine. I hope I'm the winner because I am not giving it back. I'll tell you that right now. I might even quit. I don't think it's in my contract to not be able to win, but they're about to announce the winners right now. So I got to see if I'm lucky winner of the $30,000 diamond. And if I'm not, then I'll get the person and the instant reaction from whoever it is. But again, my number is 83, you guys. Wish me luck. If not, I got some nice from Tara's Fine Jewelers that I can eat in place of that. $127 is the number. She's way over there. We're about to go get her. 127. And there she is. The lucky woman. I'm sure she deserves every bit of it. Her family and friends are coming over right now to give her a hug. The lucky woman. She's getting her interview right now. I'm gonna get her up next. And you heard it right there. She's with her lacrosse team. She won that $30,000 diamond, the lucky winner right here. Going home with a 1.5 carat, $30,000. We'll be back right after this.
Lacrosse League on BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save today. Back in Atlanta, the capital of the South. Look there at Centennial Park. And a look at the winner here in Atlanta at Sting City, the ring drop. $30,000 ring they gave up here at Sting City. BetMGM not giving up any money right now in some ways, but they do help provide us our halftime statistics, or our first half statistics to be precise. Brandon Joseph.
Well, the one thing that's going to stand out to me is the penalty minutes. Expect that on the BetMGM line to go up. I guarantee you there will be more penalty minutes going through, but the Georgia Swarm getting plenty of shots but not able to capitalize. It's just the tale of Calgary getting out there and being able to keep the Georgia Swarm at arm's length in the first half.
Yeah, Christian Del Bianco, he's been pretty good.
Yeah,
he's been pretty good. I caught you off guard on that one.
To play the game, just been
not too bad. One note that does stick out to me, however, is that now all of a sudden, after the slow start offensively for Georgia, they were being outshot quite handily by Calgary in the first 5, 6, maybe even 7 minutes of the affair. All of a sudden now, they started to put it together offensively. We know they climbed back into it score-wise. Once it was 6-2 Calgary, and now Georgia's out shooting Calgary in the ball game.
Yeah, that power play could loom huge for the Georgia Swarm. 1 of 2 for the Georgia Swarm. How would they love to have that extra goal potentially on that scoreboard?
Well, they are back into the ball game. By the way, of note, a ball game in the division of both of these teams right now. Saskatchewan 10-5 on top of Philadelphia. If Philadelphia lost tonight and Georgia could come back and win this one, they could climb to first place in the East Division. Fans also want to remind you, coming up next weekend, the Toronto Rock head to SaskTel Center to take on the Rush in an Alterna Cup matchup. Catch the action on BR Live starting at 8:30 p.m. A big night in the league tonight. New England leads Rochester right now 8-4 as well. So New England trying to keep pace at 4-3 with both Georgia and Philadelphia. Remember, Georgia already owns the tiebreaker on Philadelphia, so that will be big moving forward the rest of the year. Here's a look this morning at the women's clinic here at Sting City at the Infinite Energy Arena. It was put together by the coaching staff of the Georgia Swarm.
Yeah, the Mercer's women lacrosse team were the team at the women's clinic, and their coach won the diamond drop.
Now we rejoin the third member of our crew on the floor, Tabitha Turner.
Randy, the first half was very fast-paced, physical. What was said in the locker room that needs to change in the second?
I think just moving the ball, moving our feet, getting through the middle, and getting shots on net.
Thanks, Randy. Good luck in the second half.
Randy Stotts had himself a productive first half. He was in the middle of the action even when not necessarily providing points for his club. Randy, a couple of goals in the first half. When this offense is clicking, Randy Stotts is drawing assists. Of course, remember that Randy tied for the team, or rather the league-high single game stat number as far as assists go. And Calgary comes out and strikes quickly to start the third quarter. Tyler Burton.
Yeah, don't blink, because Tyler Burton scored 8 seconds in to go into this second half. And again, just winning the faceoff clean. Calgary gets it to Burton. Burton gets the ball into the back of the net. Burton came into the game 468 on faceoffs.
His first goal of the year, 81 of 173 to be precise on the faceoff number, and that is one of the cases where losing a faceoff does hurt. It's been a bugaboo for Georgia over the last few years. We know that many experts and many fans across the league, players and coaches, mixed on whether or not losing the faceoff is a big deal. Some say, oh man, it's an extra possession if you win it. Others say, yeah, but statistically not many teams score off of winning faceoffs, so it's a give and take thing. I'd rather have an expert out there on the X winning that faceoff just about every time.
Well, when you win it that cleanly, that
Sure.
presents the problem.
A lot of people will say if you don't have a dominant man on the X, on the center circle, then it's kind of negligible. So Calgary with their second possession. 45 seconds into the second half, now up 10-6. It's a bit of a dangerous moment in the ball game, even this early for the Georgia Swarm. Even for a team as good as they are offensively. Doby getting a little bear hug from Alex Krepensek. Didn't know they were that close.
Great job to be able to knock the ball away from Doby, too.
Brian Cole. Back to the top, Shane Jackson. Shane gets into the front court, if you will.
Calgary going with the physicality instantly to start.
Under 10 on the shot clock.
First possession, great rebound.
Said, one-on-one goes 5-hole, and Del Bianco makes the save.
Eli Salama, great job defensively, staying in front of Zed Williams, not allowing him to get that rebound clear.
Yeah, Salama's becoming a really integral part of this team's success. He's been one of the bright spots for this team as they've been battling injury, playing some young guys this year, playing some inexperienced guys as well, as they've been trying to maneuver through the suspensions and injuries they faced this year. Dixon comes up empty with the right hand, and the Swarm come up with a rebound off the board.
Defensively, Calgary goes right back to that physical nature. They're going to press him extremely high. And Stotts, you have that opportunity there where you beat that defensive press. You got to make that shot count. He did a great job of rolling away from the pressure.
Oh boy. Ball just kind of swirts out of the cradle of Jordan Hall. Lyle Thompson. Zed Williams, 2 on the shot clock. Forced Del Bianco to work a little bit. And he does just that, coming up with the save. Manning going to slow it down in the middle. Wait for his offensive men to get back out onto the floor.
They're very deliberate when setting up their offense. When you give them a chance.
Goal, Reese Dutch. My gracious. Curtis Dixon, Reese Dutch, Dane Doby. That's your offense tonight for the Calgary Roughnecks. Riggers score again. It's an 11-6 game.
And that's where that deliberate nature pays off for the Roughnecks. Taking their time getting it. That's with about 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. It's a one-shot possession. Comes around, and then the one-hopper just gets Mike Poulin.
The hat trick now for Dutch. And all of the 3 aforementioned men, Doby, Dixon, and Dutch, on the hat trick. My goodness.
Swarm's gonna have to quell this, and they'll have to do it with Kevin Orleman coming into the contest. They have pulled Mike Poulin with 12:14 left to go in the third quarter and replaced him with the Kitchener, Ontario native, Kevin Orleman.
Major storyline development here in Atlanta. I was jotting down some notes. Great job, Brandon, in noticing. Mike Poulin out, Kevin Orleman into the ball game.
By yourself! By yourself!
Kevin Orleman wearing the microphone for us tonight, the wireless mic. So we'll hear a little bit from Kevin throughout the rest of this second half. 3 minutes into the second half, and Mike Poulin has been lifted out of the affair. Now, Kevin Orleman, so far this year, just 10 minutes worth of action. A 1309 goals against number, a 750 save percentage. In week 1, he got his only action of the affair prior to tonight. That was against Rochester, where he went 9 minutes, gave up the 2 goals, made 6 saves, which was a bit ironic because last year he made his first NLL appearance versus Rochester, played the entire night, got the win in his first NLL appearance. Ended up at a 72% save percentage last year in limited time. Comes up with his first save here tonight. Looks for the outlet. Great deflection. Oh, great play. Tremendous play to knock that one away and save the possession, Dane Doby.
Doby goes to the ground and ends up, I wouldn't call it a trip, just creative falling to hold up Brendan Bomberry.
You wouldn't call it a trip?
No, I think it was within the natural course. It just so happened that that leg just held out a little longer than the other one.
Whip around. Orleman makes the save on Reese Dutch.
And it was very important to make that change now. 5 goals, you can still come back from that.
Lyle, right in on Del Bianco. Nothing doing. A hard check on inside. Loose ball push is the official call that changes possession. Simpson, Shane Simpson making a move at it. He'll get sealed out and give off to a teammate. Hayden Dixon now. Haven't mentioned Hayden too much tonight, but that does not mean that he has not been active.
No, he's been very physical for Calgary.
Kevin Orleman gets it stuck in his pad. And that dead ball will actually bring us to our next break at 9:52 of the third quarter. Calgary in control in the capital of the South. 11-6, your score on BR Live. Back in Atlanta for week number 13 of the National Lacrosse League season, the Calgary Roughnecks lead the Georgia Swarm 11-6. Fans, don't forget to get your chance to meet World War II veteran Luis Graziano, who will be doing a book signing at our Heroes Night here on Sunday, March 8th. Head to georgiaswarm.com/localhero for more details. Very few franchises you will ever see across the spectrum of sports that do as much for the men and women of the military. Part of the fame here locally of the Georgia Swarm. Of course, we're in the Deep South here in America. A very military heavy presence in the Deep South, especially here in Atlanta as well. But it's great to see.
Being around this organization, they know how to do everything right, from Ladies Night to Native Heritage Night.
We're going to pick up the mic of Kevin Orleman here in just a moment. Orleman making the save on Curtis Dixon.
Orleman has come off the bench cold and just performed and stopped everything that came his way. Very creative shots from Calgary. And Orleman has done a great job.
Underhanded ripper from Zed Williams. He comes up empty.
You want to see these efforts rewarded, and for the Swarm to try to get back in this contest and start cutting that lead down, start chopping it down a little bit. But they're getting good looks. It's just you need great looks and great shots against Christian Del Bianco, but a great save by Kevin Orleman against the streaking Zach Hairwires.
5-1 Calgary run, by the way. For those of you maybe joining us late, getting in after dinner, thanks for joining us on BR Live. This has been a game of runs for the most part. Georgia once trailed 6-2, got it to 6-5. Work around, gonna have a chance wide open. Oh, great job to work around defensively and at least alter the shot by Stotts. That was a tremendous defensive effort by Curtis Manning to slide over right in the middle, alter the shot by Stotts.
Yeah, you thought Randy Stotts was gonna have a clean look on Del Bianco, then help side defense was able to knock it away.
There it is.
And a mishap. It looked like they called for an illegal push. There was something going on to where Calgary had to give the ball back to the Swarm in the midfield.
A quick start got him.
And then Lyle Thompson was able to take it right off the quick start. And here's the whole play. I wonder if it was the trip on Jordan Hall. Del Bianco takes it, gives it up. Again, they called that trip on Jordan Hall late. And then the advantage played by Lyle Thompson, and Lyle Thompson.
Well, they just never picked him up. Mitch Wild right there in front of him. Didn't pick up Lyle, gave him too much space. And for Thompson, that'll be goal number 19. I beg your pardon, goal number 20 of the year for Lyle Thompson. He's now 19 away from 200 all time. Go along with 20 assists on the year. That one kicks off the pipe on a bounce shot.
And one final note on that goal. Del Bianco was the one that took it all the way up, and it was his fault he was not back in the crease in a defending position when the referee called for the turnover to Georgia to restart, and those things happen. Goalie out of position.
First tally of the night, by the way, for the great Lyle Thompson. So he's into the score sheet. Matter of fact, Lyle with just 2 points in this ball game so far with the goal and an assist. Under the 7-minute mark in the third quarter. Now a 4-goal game in favor of the men from the Saddle Dome. Miller had it for the moment. Miles Thompson. Miles is denied by Del Bianco.
One thing Georgia's getting really good at here in the second half, getting that help, setting the screen, and then making sure that screener getting physical with the screen out person. Make sure you make contact. Don't give them a free lunch to get back through and to get back on the defense. Make them work for it and force their rotation and make that extra pass.
Doby, right side, top portion of your screen. Gonna go left hand, underhand, and come up empty. Oh, Kevin's been good since he checked into the ball game for Mike Poulin. Now the Swarm want to see if they can get him a win. Cole, big guy.
Paul doing a lot of work down low.
Shot bounced in! Zed Williams breaks out the goal dance in Atlanta at 5:59 of the third quarter. It's 11-8.
And that was created by Jordan Hall. Look at Jordan Hall, bodying people up, causing that miscommunication. Calgary gets back at a source defensively, trying to play that physical game because Jordan Hall came in like a wrecking ball, calling Miley Cyrus, and then Zed Williams up top, using that defensive clear out. Look, because of Jordan Hall clearing out that middle, there's nobody there to help fill lane. Zed gets that clear look, and he's able to fire on Del Bianco and get it past the goalie. What?
You got me. Next time you're planning on the Miley Cyrus reference,
you assume I plan these. These all come natural.
Please give me a heads up. Holy smokes, you just got me. The second goal of the night for Zed Williams makes it a 3-goal game.
At least I didn't sing it.
Oh, please. I think that would be so bad it would cost both of us our jobs. Great defense by Georgia. When they're effective, they don't have to play a bruising game defensively like so many other teams do across the league, which obviously works as well. Loose ball, moved ahead. Joe White looks for his first goal of the campaign, picks up the loose ball, and he'll give off to a man down in front. Del Bianco makes the save at point-blank range on Krepinczak.
That's the kind of fire that the Georgia Swarm need to play with.
They're starting to really come alive once again. But when they are at least playing a bit of a brand of physicality defensively, it does spur their offense so much. The Barn's starting to light up a little bit. This city loves their offense. no matter who's delivering it to him. No matter the sport. The other night, Trae Young for the Atlanta Hawks went for 50 points and set State Farm Arena on fire. Tonight, Zed Williams has just gone for his third goal. He's on the Hattie, and the Georgia Swarm are coming back.
Take a look at this, Zed Williams on Hartnett. Weight room, son, get off me! Right through the 5-hole of Christian Del Bianco. Look at that. Shows him up high. Greg Hartnett tries to close out. Zed Williams, head fake, shoulder push, arm clear out. That's weight room stuff.
This city loves their offense. For Zed, as I mentioned, it's the hat trick. 12 on the year now, the Silver Creek, New York native who's making the move to the forward position. The big guy at 6'2", 185. Last year, 22 goals and 23 assists. That after 2018, collecting just 9 goals. His game continues to progress. Violation in the center. And that will take us to another dead ball and another break. 4:52 mark, third quarter. We got ourselves a 2-goal game on BR Live.
History. With his last loose ball, Brody has now collected 2,518 loose balls in his illustrious career, passing Chip Pellman and making him the all-time leader in NLL history.
Congratulations to Brody Merrill. It has been an historic night across the National Lacrosse League. Well, this afternoon and into tonight. We've seen some of it here tonight, and Brody Merrill was the first to set the tone on a great day in the National Lacrosse League tonight.
And how special is it to do it with his brother, Patrick Merrill, as the head coach of the San Diego Seals. If you watch any bit of Devin Caney's piece of when San Diego was playing in Las Vegas, she did a sit-down interview with the brothers and just how much it means for them to be reunited, playing, coach, and now player, and so that's a special moment for them.
And San Diego came back to win that ball game today. They once at one point trailed big, had a 10-goal run, came back to beat Vancouver 15-10 in that ball game and stay alive, at least for the moment, in the playoff race. Right now, New England leads Rochester 12-5 in their ball game up at Mohegan Sun, and Philadelphia trails Saskatchewan 11-9. It's Rush 11, Wings 9 right now in the other big-time matchup across the league in this evening session. This, of course, is the other big-time night game across the league, where right now, speaking of 11-9, that's our score, Riggers in front of Swarm.
Swarm, since Kevin Orleman has come in, just a different energy, a different spark. And I think it was the first couple of saves Orleman made kind of gave them a little bit of sense of security that this was not a lost game. This was not a goalie change because they were waving the white flag. They just needed a different feel out there. And goalies have off nights every night, but they were smart enough to make the change to give themselves a good opportunity to still win this game.
Hayden Dixon tries to go 5-hole. Orleman makes a save. Leak out, move ahead. Brian Cole, big guy spin move, tries to go underneath. As he's falling, cannot connect. And Calgary rushes back the other way. Mitch Wild. I believe we've got the audio from Kevin Orleman right now. Let's listen.
Heard Orleman call for the help defense.
Crease violation called on Calgary. 3:08 mark. Third quarter. Keep at least one eye on Lyle Thompson here over the next few moments. This is the type of situation where a guy like him, his ilk, he'll start wanting to try and take over to get his team back to even.
Good job by Shane Jackson, pursuing Eli Salama, using some of that makeup speed, not giving them an easy look. Swarm doing a much better job in this half of playing that physical nature and welcoming it in from Calgary, but not getting out of their defensive form.
Great swipe there across defensively for Jordan McIntosh to keep the connection from landing at point-blank range. Thompson penetrates in. Pass goes across. Jordan Hall back behind. Now Lyle. Let's watch. Lyle attacks in. He's sent away by CBD, or CDB, I beg your pardon. 1 on the shot clock. Now a donut on the shot clock. We'll head back the other way. Well, this has been a very interesting third quarter.
Now it's the Swarm dictating that physicality.
Oh, baby.
Chad Tutton in the middle of the field.
And it gets a good bit of the building on their feet.
And that was the deliberate nature of Calgary working against them. So many times they've just gotten the ball up past midfield just to set the offense, and Chad Tutton realized what they were doing and just capitalized on it. Looks like we'll have a penalty against Miles Thompson. Will be a matching.
Our good friend Ryan Fowler. That was actually not Ryan Fowler, by the way.
This is the physical nature that this game has taken a toll in the second half. See the beating Randy Stotts took, were able to get that pass off, and then right on the low center of your screen, if you're watching on BR Live, that's where the infraction took place. Coincidental penalties.
Greg Hornet.
So with that, we'll stay 5 on 5.
5 on 5, here we go.
Thank you. Just said that. First.
Greg Hornet has headed to the penalty box to sit for a moment. Just different personnel. Miley Cyrus, by the way, playing in the building here, Brandon. Boy, oh boy. You amaze me sometimes, my friend. Lyle Thompson goes in for the dunk, and he's denied at the rim by Christian Del Bianco.
Little Dikembe Mutombo.
That's it. That
little no in the crease from Del Bianco.
I was trying to think of a basketball team in Calgary, but I couldn't put it together.
I don't think they have one.
Dixon comes up empty this time. Not much work for Orleman on that last shot. Curtis will scoop it up. He'll get checked. Being sent to task by Chad Tutton, the Ontario man.
An illegal push from behind from Dan Taylor.
Orleman's dumping out and headed to the bench.
Final possession of the third quarter.
Swarm will have an extra man.
If the Swarm can get this within 1, what a huge win. If I would have told you they would have pulled Mike Poulin in this quarter, and even now, still within 2 goals, you would not think that this would be possible.
Lyle at the top. Give off to Miller. Zach gonna give it off to Shane Jackson, who rips. Comes up empty, still loose at 1. Will they get a final shot? No, sir. As Calgary picks up the loose ball and keeps us at a 2-goal game, headed to the final frame. Well, Sting City is certainly on the edge of their seat as the Swarm have gotten back into this one. Calgary 11, Georgia 9 on BR Live. Back for the fourth quarter in Atlanta on BR Live. The National Lacrosse League is on BR Live in 2020. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Alongside Tabitha Turner, Brandon Joseph, I'm yours truly, Chris Mooneyham. Stay up to date on all the news, announcements, and exclusive prizes with the NLL newsletter. Sign up now at NLL.com. Thanks to those of you joining us across North America on BR Live, and of course for those of you joining us in the Metro Atlanta area on the fan family of stations, the SportsX. Here we go. This could be a fantastic final 15 minutes in Metro Atlanta. It has, as I mentioned, in the third quarter, we didn't get to really extrapolate upon the point because of, well, ironically, a goal or two, but this has been a game of goal runs. It was 3-0. Calgary. It was 6-2 Calgary. It was then 6-5 Calgary. Then they pushed it all the way up to 11-6. The Roughnecks had the lead, and now you see it's a 3-goal run for the homestanding Swarm. Georgia trying to continue a winning streak, trying to push it to 4 tonight. They once sat at 2 and 3, now sit at 5 and 3, second place in the East, just behind Philadelphia. In fact, they know if they win tonight and Philadelphia loses, they'll take the lead in the East. Meanwhile, Calgary sits at 3 and 4, had a 3-game losing streak, but won their last time out over New York to kind of right the ship, and they're still in the thick of the playoff race out west, where I know you and I agree, I think only 2 teams gets to the playoffs out west.
Yeah, and Calgary, this is a keep touch game for them. They want to keep touch with Saskatchewan playing very well right now, and Colorado ahead of them in the standings. You don't want to have to jump a team. That's the toughest part, having to jump that team. And what if I told you the second and third quarters, the Swarm actually outscored Calgary. It was just Calgary that 6-2 first quarter, the Swarm trying to overcome, and now they're within 1.
Zed with 4. Zed Williams has done it again. It's 11-10.
Yeah, Zed Williams, again, that physicality playing a factor. Now the Swarm are using Calgary's physicality to their advantage. Off the handoff, Zed comes in. And again, they're waiting for that move. They're waiting to go and start the physical nature on that second move. So he gets the 1-2 okey-doke on Eli Salama. Salama took that step in and turned his head. Zed Williams hit that reverse button and came back and just fired.
4th of the night, 13th of the year for Zed Williams. 1-goal game. Georgia has not led tonight. Well, this game's lived up to the expectations, has it not?
This is a prize fight right now. And that prize is prime playoff positioning for whoever wins this contest. Look at the Swarm.
Downs had it fly past him, and Georgia has it back. On the rush is Jordan McIntosh. He looks for help, but Calgary does a tremendous job of getting back defensively.
If you're watching on BR Live, the Swarm, they're bringing that pressure right up in the face of Calgary, something that they haven't done consistently throughout this game. Calgary's getting a fresh look. Delayed penalty. They're going to bring on the extra attacker, Randy Stott, signaling Orleman off. Got to make that long change here in the 4th.
Shot on Del Bianco, and he's made the save in the breadbasket. Dead ball. Here comes the call. 1-goal game, 12:41 mark, 4th quarter.
Calgary penalty number 2, 2 minutes illegal cross check.
Legal cross check, and that is going to be hit on Reese Callies. Callies, the big guy, 6'7", 241. We haven't mentioned him much tonight, but as I said a little bit earlier about another gentleman, that's not because he hasn't been important tonight. He's been doing the dirty work. Miles looks for the tie. Miles Thompson cannot connect. It'll kick off the board and roll out to the front line where Jordan Hall will scoop it up. Randy at the top. Give off. Behind the back. Point blank range, and it's in! It's in! It's in! Shane Jackson, goal number 22 on the year. The hat-trick master is back onto the score sheet. It's 11-11 in the 4th.
Yeah, great pass behind the back to Shane Jackson. And that's just poetry in motion. Jordan Hall, what he has done in this game doesn't necessarily show up always on the stat sheet. He'll get an assist for that. But just an amazing performance from him, and Shane Jackson just closing when he needs to close.
Shane Jackson, 25 points from 600 all-time in his career. Currently 3rd in the league in points, 5th in shooting percentage, and of course, as many of you know, he started the season with 7 consecutive hat-trick ball games. Now 22 goals for the year. That's good enough for 5th in the league. 11-11.
And I haven't looked at the family tree lately, but Uncle Mo sure is falling on the side of the Georgia Swarm.
Stotts tries to go up and under. Gets altered by a defender. We're back at even strength, by the way, of course, after that goal on the power play for the Swarm. Stotts off the pipe, and it kicks around, and it's taken away by Calgary. Turns into a break. This is Shane Simpson pushing up. He's got a man coming with him. Get the pass off, put the shot on Poulin. I'm sorry, on Orleman. And it goes into the back of the net. Calgary's reclaimed the lead, 12-11, 11-29 mark.
And Orleman wants that replay. He's looking up at the scoreboard.
Curtis Dixon on the goal.
See if he landed in the crease. That's going to be a close one.
Are you kidding me? We're going to go for the hat trick of ultra important replays.
Coach Dan Lattisaur looking at the iPad real quick on the bench to see if they can throw the challenge flag. I think maybe not worth the challenge. I think it's clear enough. It'll be tough enough to overturn, so they're just going to let it play.
4-goal night for Curtis Dixon. Bell has the face-off won, and the return possession for Calgary after reclaiming the lead. Still, Georgia has not led tonight. If you count 0-0 as a tie ball game, I know some of you do, but most of you don't. That was our only other tie besides 11-11. Allen kicks off of Orleman, who makes a tremendous save, but Johnny on the spot right behind the net. Two collected is Greg Harnett.
That's the first goal allowed by Kevin Orleman since he's entered the contest. Almost going a full quarter of actual game time without giving up a goal. That's what the Swarm needed to stay in this contest, and Kevin Orleman has given them every opportunity.
Doby sealed out, spins back the other way. Now he's coming back into the point, and he bounces one through Orleman and into the back of the net. 13-11. These two goals so very important to try to, well, do what you were talking about a few moments ago, reclaim Uncle Mo.
Yeah, how many times did Dane Doby get contact on that possession, just fight through it? At least 4 different instances of contact on the captain, Dane Doby, and that's what he brings, that toughness to Calgary, and that's what they've been missing. And Doby still able to pick up the goal and find his shot.
Now Doby on 4 goals for the night. 4 goals and an assist. Reese Dutch has 3 goals and 3 assists. Curtis Dixon has 4 goals and 2 assists. Boy, their big 3 has been incredible tonight. Of course, big storyline, Reese Dutch, if you're just tuning in, scored his 400th goal career. Zed Williams with the shot. Rebound comes loose and is picked up by Shane Jackson. It's a big possession here in my mind for the Georgia Swarm, Brandon.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to let this lead get any more.
Goal! Miles Thompson from the point. Right-handed ripper over the left shoulder of Christian Del Bianco and into the back of the net. It's 13-12.
And that was the pause. You can see what the Georgia Swarm was setting up. Miles Thompson directing traffic. And again, Randy Stotts taking on 2 guys, instituting the contact to Tyler Burton, and then going back for more to seal off, and that brought in Zach Hairwires. And Randy Stotts did a great job. 2 guys taken out of the play by Stotts to allow Miles Thompson that clear look and able to beat Del Bianco.
So can Georgia come back once more? 13-12 our score now. For Miles Thompson, by the way, that, oh boy, does that put Miles on the hat trick? Let me double check my numbers here. Yeah, that puts Miles Thompson on the hat trick tonight with an assist as well. 4-point night for Miles Thompson. 9:25 mark. 4th quarter. Oh, they will. No, they're going to wave it off. They are going to wave it off. Well, I talked myself out of that. I thought they would. Then I saw the sign just a little later than I expected and thought it was going to be a goal as well, but they'll wave it off and we'll stay at 13-12. We'll take another break at 9:22 remaining in this ball game. This is turning into the game of the night in the National Lacrosse League, a one-goal game in Atlanta.
On the replay. I waved one off. Make sure you have 25.
BR Live, NLL Wire.
Where's your watch? It's in here. Okay, get it.
Now Kurt's hot at this moment. He was hot during the break. He's a little hot right now as well. But his team may have gotten away with a violation a few moments ago.
Yeah, and you can see that step right there. Referee called off the shot. I think it was a good call off there. Like the toe landed right in the crease, and you can kind of tell by the step off when that ball of that toe elevates up. Looks like it was just on the white. Good call by our referees to pick that up and call that crease violation.
Zed. Back out to Stotts. Randy. Shane. There it is! Tied once more, and can you believe it? It's Zed Williams once again. From deep on the point, nearly on the front line. 13-13. We still have 9 minutes to play.
Yeah. Zed Williams up high. Now Calgary's worried about the physical nature. They're trying to get guys streaking through, make contact off, but they don't want to close out on anybody. They're worried about backside pressure. Leaves a little too much space. Look at Zed Williams. Missile. Put Del Bianco on the backside.
I think I saw a little smoke right here, Brandon.
Take a look at this. We'll get a full moon from Del Bianco. Just look at how that ball just squeezes through.
13 apiece in Metro Atlanta. A 5-goal night for Zed. Now Dixon comes right back down and answers every single time that Georgia's able to draw within 1 or 2 or even level over the last couple of times. Dixon or Dutch or Doby answers. Amazing.
Tyson Bell with a little cha-cha slide, one hop to Dixon. Take a look here, just that one hop one time, and Dixon puts it right past Orleman.
Incredible.
And everybody in Calgary is clapping their hands.
Number 5 on the night for Dixon. 8 points on the evening. 14-13. And I'm going to tell you something. This crowd in Atlanta is shell-shocked at the back-and-forth action. I don't mean in the sense of Calgary scoring, and that's kind of dampened their senses and their excitement. I mean, some of these folks looking tired here tonight.
They don't know how to feel.
Going back and forth like this.
They may be in a glass case of emotion. Loose ball push. Ball will stay with the Swarm.
Jordan Hall. Off to Lyle Thompson. Miles Thompson now. Randy Stotts finds a cutter! Woo! Ooh-wee! Shane Jackson still has time for a hat trick, folks. His second of the night. It's 14 apiece.
Look at Shane Jackson, off-ball movement. Always staying with the play. Where did he come from? It's Shane Jackson.
Boy, the folks that run the Twitter feed at NLL, if you've never seen it, they do an amazing, amazing job. I hope they're really following this ball game right now. And if they are, you got some tired thumbs at the home office for the National Lacrosse League, because this game is full bore, wide open right now. 14 apiece with 8 minutes to play. Push in, White looks for the lead. He'll not come up with it. Del Bianco makes the save with his left elbow. Georgia again has not led in this ball game tonight.
Calgary on their heels a little bit defensively. They don't want to gamble. They don't want to be caught out of position. The Swarm have capitalized on every misstep. Right there was one, and just able to get a shoulder to it was Christian Del Bianco.
Brandon, we got a long way to go, but still, you know me, and you know me so well. We've worked together for years and years, so it's not going to stop me from pontificating just the same. You're waiting for it. A season-defining type win if Swarm comes away with this tonight?
Oh, yeah, it's gut check, total team victory.
Without Mike Poulin,
this would be something you hang your hat on.
Goal. Well, there's your second broadcaster jinx of the night. That'll be it for me, folks. We'll get our producer-director, John Wilkerson, to come up here and finish the play-by-play. Maybe Brandon will do it, I don't know. I'm just going to sit my headset down and walk off the set. Dan Taylor comes away with the goal. Dan's had himself quite a year this year. Kind of a, maybe a career renaissance type year last season, I beg your pardon. He's got 2 game-winning goals this year. Last year had 46 points, 23 and 23.
Yeah, Dan Taylor did a good job of just with a little hesitation step to avoid stepping into the crease. It looks like there.
15-14 Calgary now. How much do these two teams still have left in them? Loose ball picked up by Tyson Bell. Oh, you talk about a guy who's been all over the floor tonight. That's Bell.
I feel like we've called 3 full games and we still have half a quarter left.
Official stat sheet says that Bell only has, is that 7 loose balls? I don't know if I can trust that. He's been all over the place.
Good strip.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Del Bianco makes the save at close range on the captain, Jordan McIntosh.
Great job.
The roof would have come off this place.
Great job by McIntosh to pick the pocket. Looked down, made sure the ball was in his cradle the way he wanted. I think he had to go to the second move. I think he doubted himself, driving in on Del Bianco.
Kevin makes the save. Here come the Swarm once more. Joel White. Give off to Shane Jackson. Shane right side of the floor. Give off to Randy Stotts, who comes careening in. Randy ties us up once more.
We'll take a look at this. It's gonna be off-ball physicality from the Georgia Swarm. Won't see it from that. There we go, right there. Jordan Hall again. Jordan Hall, off-ball physicality. Look at him run in there. Clear out 1, clear out 2. I don't know if you watched wrestling as a kid growing up, but that's that hot tag. Jordan Hall comes in there hot and just clears out everybody.
I joked a moment ago, and I try all the time in all seriousness to not be too overly hyperbolic, although they do pay me to do it a little bit. So I hope I'm not being overly hyperbolic when I tell you this might be one of the games of the year in the National Lacrosse League. 15 apiece with 6 minutes to play.
I'm gonna need to go see my physician on Monday. This game's taking a lot out of me.
EKG time for Brandon Joseph. Thought about it. Still thinking about it. Bounce shot off to the left of Orleman. And now Georgia will have it back.
They're going to call deflection, and they're going to give it to Calgary.
Is that right?
Ferg, I'll be honest with you.
Orleman.
I'll be honest with you, Fergie.
I don't think a referee is going to question honesty, but I don't think he's going to believe him there either.
Well, I'm going to try it again, Brandon. I'm going to try it again. The Swarm.
Let me try this.
Oh,
the
yes,
Swarm have not led in this contest.
Zed Williams, right-handed, saved by Del Bianco. And I'm telling you what, if Calgary goes down here and scores a goal and takes the lead, I might really leave the building. What a ball game. It's been an honor to be in the barn tonight.
And I think Calgary, I don't know if they know what they want to do offensive at this point.
Who's behind the net? Somebody better corral it, and finally they do. Wiedemann. Adam will slow it down.
Next dead ball will be a stoppage. I think Calgary is going to try to wait for that. They need to just refocus offensively.
Lyle. Give off. Stotts. Randy. Tried the 5-hole of Del Bianco and he stopped. Christian thought about an outlet. but didn't like the makeup of the play. And instead, Shane Jackson will have it and slow things down. 4:20 remaining.
A little bit of an extended play before this media stoppage. Who can benefit? Dobie with the ball. You're gonna need to close out a little more physical like that. Don't let him get a clean look.
Come right in on Orleman, and Orleman makes the left-handed glove save on Zach Haywires. Shane Jackson stopped with the right toe of Christian Del Bianco. Half the building has come to their feet and is oohing and eyeing with every play. 41 saves on the night now for Christian Del Bianco.
Orleman unable to handle that one. That one popped right off of him into the back of the net from Dutch. And another one for Reese Dutch. Yeah, Orleman stepped out a little too far.
What a beaut.
Gave Dutch a little bit of an angle, and Dutch capitalized on it.
4th of the night for Reese Dutch. 4 goals and 3 assists for Reese Dutch. 5 goals, 4 assists for Curtis Dixon. 4 goals, 1 assist for Dane Dobie. 3:40 remaining in the ball game. Calgary with a 16-15 lead. This game kind of reminds you of Saskatchewan and Halifax from a few weeks ago, doesn't it? Well, the team that had the big lead in that ball game, they did eventually, after losing that big lead, find a way to win it. See if Georgia can set that trend on its ear on BR Live. In Atlanta, 3:33 remaining in a 1-goal game. Now time for the play of the game presented by Geico.
Yeah, it's been Zed Williams. Zed zeroes in and gets it past Christian Del Bianco. Just an amazing performance tonight from Zed Williams. 5 goals on the contest, multiple to keep this game tied. How critical would it be to get another one from Zed Williams as the Swarm trail by 1?
Zed at the point. Squeaks away as Del Bianco makes the save. Not sure how you recap this amazing ball game, but Drew Petkoff and Mark Zinno will try to do just that. Coming up on NLL Post-Game Live, highlights, analysis of tonight's game, and a look at scores from across the league. Again, with Zinno and Petkoff, all that coming up after the game on BR's Post-Game Live. 10 on the shot clock, 3-minute mark. 1-goal lead for Calgary. Stumble. Get around the defense. Errant pass. Still loose. Corralled by a man in white. Shot clock violation. If you're Georgia, you certainly want the goal here. You'll take an equalizer whenever you can get it, but boy, oh boy, would you love to have it here.
Yeah, we're starting to get into single possession games for each team.
Zed is denied on the doorstep. Big hop off the board. Corralled by Jordan Hall. Jordan gonna try for it now. Del Bianco makes another amazing save. And as Shane Jackson comes up with a loose ball, he was hit with a crease violation. Del Bianco, one of the great in the game today, and he just came up with 2 great saves back to back.
Yeah, you're looking at about 3 possessions guaranteed for each team here. So if you're the Swarm, you want to make sure 1 ties, 1 takes the lead, so you're going to need at least 2 of them. They all got to count, and the critical point is to make sure Calgary does not capitalize on any of theirs.
Dobie around the pick of Downs. Loose back behind. Give off, and oh my goodness. Now this is going to be reviewed, but for the moment, it's 17-15. It tickles the back of the twine. Hayden Dixon gets the goal. Makes it a 2-goal game, at least for now.
Yeah, the deflection off of the stick of Wiedemann just fortunately falls to Hayden Dixon. Great defense there. Popped out by McIntosh. Dixon just coming around, just able to get in his stick. And
I'm not sure they're going to be able to overturn this one, B.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
And the red flag is out, by the way, on the floor. You see it being scooped up there. And we're going to get ourselves a little more BR Live wire.
Okay, yeah.
Well, can you check the other guy? You check
I'm going to check everything.
Yeah. The non-shooter was
at the top of the crease.
And there was no call on it. He got hit.
Correct. There's no penalty on there. That's the only time that applies. All that guy has to do, if he's lying in the crease, he just has to roll out.
But if his hand is in the crease,
all he has to do is lift it out.
Established position outside the crease.
No, that's the feet. If the feet are in, he has to feet out. Body, you have to roll out. I'm going to go look.
Now, part of what I love about this process is the discussion of the rules. Working through it, it's a great tool for young box lacrosse folks out there watching to learn. Let's keep listening.
I had to point on down. Yeah. Now I have to take my concentration.
Does he roll out?
Right?
This game's been reviewed like it's an NFL playoff game.
I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see 24. Okay.
Downs' hand is still in the crease. That's going to be a wave off.
No, go back to that. Stop,
his hand is still right in the crease.
Okay, roll forward. Frame. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Now give me the overhead.
Yeah, he's laying in the crease. You're right.
Overhead.
At least two fingers down, still in the crease.
Real quick.
I mean, this could be the ball game.
Push. He's still in. Thank you.
Yeah, this could be the ball game. A 2-goal game with 2 minutes to play. Could ice it for Calgary, but I don't think we're staying at a 2-goal game. I beg your pardon. I'm just that excited about it. Let's hear it.
After review, the non-shooter is still in the crease prior to the ball crossing the play of the goal. As such a call on the field is overturned, no goal.
Crowd loving it here in Sting City, as you no doubt can hear. We stay at 16-15, and Georgia's getting it back.
With 2 minutes exactly left to go on the game clock, you know, at a minimum, you'll have 2 possessions. 1 to tie, and 1 hopefully to take the lead if you're the Georgia Swarm. But the way the Swarm have been playing defense, they have been able to create those turnovers and give themselves extra opportunities.
Randy Stotts, 3 goals and 4 assists. Zed Williams with 5 goals tonight. Miles Thompson, 3 and 2. Here come the Swarm. Zed, he's feeling it. He'll give off. You know he's going to be a key defensively, so he might get into the passing game a little more. Randy Stotts ties it up! Randy Stotts ties it up with 1:43 remaining.
Randy Stotts, row free, home free, gets right there, 5-hole on Christian Del Bianco. And again, the attention played to Zed. Zed goes behind the back. Randy Stotts, a little fake, freezes defender high. Watching here on BR Live, you see him, that little fake, freezes Harnett, gives him enough opportunity to close in on Curtis Manning and get it past Del Bianco. Stick play, up high, froze Harnett.
Amazing.
And able to just do his magic and beat Del Bianco. Inside.
Yep.
They will review it. They reviewed it. Good goal.
16-16, 1:43 remaining in the ball game. If you're driving around the Atlanta city limits, you tuned in at the right time. If you've joined us on BR Live, you have as well. One of the games of the year in the league. The Swarm, a championship contender, trying to continue a 3-game winning streak. The defending world champions trying to right their season as they continue to get healthy and get men back from suspension. This has been one of the best of the year in the league. 16 apiece, 1:20 to play. Randy Stotts at the point. Randy's shot is altered. Del Bianco didn't really face a test there. Loose ball's picked up. Jordan Hall has it knocked out of his possession, and he'll go hobbling back to the bench, by the way. So Calgary has it back now, as we will dip under the 1-minute mark during this possession. Dan Taylor, by the way, 2-6 in white already, now with possession, 2 game-winning goals this year. He dips under, looks for another, give off to a teammate. This is Doby. Dane Doby scores!
Welcome back, Dane Doby.
The villain does it again.
Do it to him, Dane. Take a look at this replay of Dane Doby. Just Taylor with the drop off the Doby. Doby around the screen and just a little scoop up and was able to beat Kevin Orleman.
Doby's 5th tally of the night to go along with 1 assist.
I know that's not textbook game analyst calling it a skirper, but I got nothing else to call it. He hit the brakes and just went behind the back.
You've used all of your adjectives tonight in a 33-goal game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the greatest Swarm game that you and I have called together in our years, my friend. At least most exciting. 8th of the year for Doby. 50.6 seconds remaining. Massive face-off, won by Lyle Thompson in the end. The whole joint on their feet in Atlanta.
Will they pull Orleman to get the extra attacker? Timeout, Coach Cuomo. 25 seconds left to go on the shot clock. I think this is an opportunity where you can pull Orleman. You probably won't have enough time to cause a turnover and to get a good offensive possession, so go with the extra attacker. Put all your chips in the middle. Go with the extra attacker and see if you can get the equalizer there. Losing by 1, losing by 2 doesn't mean anything to these guys. They want that equalizer, and the best chance is to have that extra attacker on.
As we know, so many of you are tuning in across the BR Live platform. Remember, this was once a 3-0 game for Calgary. Georgia has never led in the affair. It was 3-0, it was 6-2. Georgia cut it to 6-5. Then it was up to, well, let's say 11-6 on the next scoring run. Then Georgia rallied once again, tied the game at 11. Georgia tied the game at 13. Georgia tied the game at 14, and at 15, and at 16. Calgary has just scored once again with Dane Doby inside the final minute, and they lead by 1 at 17-16 on Georgia. The Swarm, by the way, have never lost to Calgary in this building since they moved to Atlanta. Listen to this place. Stotts with the opening cradle. Cole, Lyle, Thompson. Lyle does it! Lyle Thompson does it! Let's go, Lyle Thompson! From the point! 17-17, 26.7 seconds remaining. Lyle Thompson.
Clutch people perform in clutch situations. And if you got 3 pedals in your car, Lyle Thompson is that 3rd one. Captain Clutch.
Shane Jackson gets the assist on Lyle Thompson's 2nd goal of the evening, 26.7.
This is the most up and down B-related thing in my life since I signed up for Bumble.
Closing in now on 50 saves on the night.
Actually had him beat. Del Bianco went keeper left. Jordan Hall shot right. It was just, looked like it was the tip of the right knee pad.
He's got 3 inches more worth of air underneath it. This game is over. So, for those of you maybe new to the game out there, remember this is a golden goal, a sudden victory situation. We don't really like to say sudden death anymore in the game, if we can stay away from it. Sudden victory situation, golden goal here in overtime. First one to score goes home happy.
Yeah, and if you're looking at just the microcosm of the fourth quarter in the last part, the face-off game. This is where face-offs are critical. You want to maximize every chance at a possession. The Swarm have actually done a great job in the fourth quarter, late third into the fourth quarter, winning face-offs.
I know that Saskatchewan-Halifax game was unbelievable, the one that Saskatchewan won in Halifax, but how about this? In this game's bid for Game of the Year at 17-17 into overtime, we had 14 goals in that fourth quarter. 14 goals total in the fourth quarter. Georgia outscored Calgary 8-6. So here we go. Tabitha Turner on the floor. Brandon Joseph on the color analysis. Yours truly, Chris Mooneyham, here with the play-by-play. Thanks for joining us on BR Live across North America and in the metro Atlanta area on the radio, the Dickey Broadcasting family of stations on the SportsX. You know, my mom listens to my broadcasts every once in a while. I hope she's not listening to this. She's liable to fall over in the old chair.
Since it was ladies' night here earlier tonight, there was a lot of wine floating around. I may need me a glass before we head on out.
You're not kidding.
Just calm the nerves a little bit.
Well, before we get this thing started, by the way, kudos to both of these teams tonight. The Riggers and the Swarm have a lot to be proud of. Joel White picks up the loose ball off the faceoff. This has been a championship type ball game, folks. Lyle moves in on Del Bianco. He's checked outside of the crease.
And he landed in the crease violation. Yep. Who has that extra step? Looked like Tyler Burton limped off the field for Calgary. We'll see how that plays out if there is another defensive possession.
Tutton gonna push in.
Great job by Tutton.
Welcome into NLL Postgame Live. I'm Mark Zinno, joined by former Swarm defender Drew Petkoff. Final tonight in overtime, the Calgary Roughnecks defeated the Georgia Swarm 18-17. Star of the game in his first game back from a 6-game suspension, former NLL MVP Dane Dobbie with 6 goals tonight. He's with Tabitha Turner.
It was an 11-6 lead by you guys, and the Swarm went on a run for 5 goals, and then it was trading goals back and forth. Where'd the will come from to pull it out and win this game?
That's the game of lacrosse, game of runs. We try and stop the runs, and they're a great lacrosse team. They got a lot of talent on that team, and they put 5 in a row, and we just had to stay positive and keep battling back. In this game, you always have a chance, so keep going.
Reigning NLL MVP, you guys had a great game tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Take a look at the highlights from tonight's game, Drew. It started early with Dane Dobbie, but he finished it late as well. As you see, he clears out there and beats Kevin Orleman.
Yeah, and that's the overtime winner right there. Now, on this play, we see 2 up picks to set Dobbie up. Dobbie giving credit to his teammates, and it kind of left Noble kind of looking and saying, oh, man, I probably should be out on him. And that was kind of how Dobbie started the night as well. He scored his first goal like that. But we were talking about, would he be rusty, and he looked great. He was phenomenal out there.
Take a look at the stat line from tonight. The power play, came into it here as the Roughnecks came into tonight last in the league in power plays. They were 2 for 2 and took advantage of those opportunities. And you see, the Swarm did everything to Christian Del Bianco. 53 shots, and certainly, made it a very tough night for him as well.
Yeah, and if Dane Dobbie was the main talking point, then Christian Del Bianco's got to be on par with him, because he had an unbelievable night as well. Now, the Swarm did hang 17 on him. However, he played an unbelievable game. He made saves. He really kept. Both goaltenders ended up making great saves when Orleman came in. So goaltenders played amazing.
It was a game that was tied 6 times and ended up going to overtime. Take a quick look around the NLL. As you can see, Halifax defeated Toronto, separating the North Division by a game. San Diego defeated Vancouver, as we saw that a record was set there by your former teammate.
Yep, Brody Merrill, phenomenal NCAA player as well, kind of a new generation of lacrosse talent, so congrats, Brody.
The Rush do the Swarm a favor by defeating the Philadelphia Wings, keeping it a 1-game difference in the East Division. You see New England defeats Rochester. Next game for the Swarm coming up 1 week from tonight in Vancouver as they'll take on the Warriors. Face off at 10 o'clock Eastern. You can watch that game on BR Live. Once again, the final tonight in overtime. The Calgary Roughnecks 18, the Georgia Swarm 17. For Drew Petkoff, I'm Mark Zinno. Thanks for watching NLL Postgame Live. So the winner of this face-off and a chance to win the game.
Now, if Calgary get it, they're calling a timeout. And then they're going.
Lyle Thompson with the equalizer at 26.7 left.
Was complaining to the ref there, but how important of a play is that if he just gets out of the crease as soon as possible?
It is a tie game for the 5th time tonight. And everybody in the Infinite Energy Arena on their feet. Here we go. 90 seconds left.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout on the next possession or two from either team if they have one.
Zed Williams back in the middle to Randy. And that shot is deflected wide, never made it on cage. Jordan Hall chases it down with 10 left to shoot. Manning knocks it out of his stick. And Calgary will take over here with 70 seconds left. Somebody guard Curtis Dixon, please. There is Taylor. Against the glass, 15 left to shoot. Taylor with the swim move. Sellers warding him off. Flips it back. Here is Doby in the middle. Orleman gets beat.
Fuck, man. And an underhand flip shot. I don't think it was between his legs.
Dane Doby with his 5th goal. It was a beautiful pump fake that had Orleman dropping down, and he stood back up. And when he stood back up, I think he beat him between the legs.
Everybody in this building is standing up and just a little bit deflated right now, but we're going to see Doby. Hard check there.
Look, oh, it wasn't. It was just to the side of him.
Just a blind behind the back.
Wow.
So you heard Orleman clearly upset with himself because this is obviously a really big goal in a really big game. But these are some of the toughest shots because you have...
They reviewed it because it was under 2 minutes, but yeah.
So these are some of the toughest shots for goalies because, like, Dane Doby had no clue where he was putting that ball. He had a general idea. It's just a really quick release. I would practice those shots. I'm not an offensive player. I would practice those shots, and I would score on them a lot because the goalie has just no clue.
Big face-off here for the Swarm. And McIntosh just holding it. And look at that. Lyle Thompson picks it up. And we'll see if they send Orleman to the bench here. I assume they will.
I expect them to play 6-on-5. Yeah, okay, timeout.
And Eddie Camo's going to take a timeout with 25 seconds left on the shot clock. 39 seconds left. So let's see what the Swarm are going to come up with here offensively and who they're going to put on the floor. But you'd have to think they're going to go 6-on-5 fairly quickly here.
Oh, yeah. I would be shocked if Orleman is back in the game regardless of if they're on defense or not. So I think right now you go 6-on-5 for the rest of the game. You're committed to going 6-on-5. So I believe the Swarm only have 3 righties dressed, 4 lefties. So we're going to see the Thompson brothers and Randy. My guess is we're going to see Colsey, Shane, and or actually
or
there's
Hall.
Zed. There's 4 and 4. So no, you got to put Zed out.
Why would you want to stop him at this point?
But then do you put 4 righties out?
Well, I think your lefties are going to be Colsey, and I think Jordan Hall is another lefty that you put out there.
And Shane.
But
then do you not play Lyle Thompson? Because technically, he's the one that's performing the worst
It's one of those coaching decisions you get grilled for if you leave one of the best players in the world on the bench in this moment. Lyle's going to be out there. I don't think there's any question about it. There he is. So it'll be Stotts, Lyle, Miles, along with Zed, Colsey, and Shane. So
4 righties.
Yep.
No, it looks like we've got 3 lefties out.
Colsey, Jackson.
Oh, there's no Miles Thompson.
Nope, they just switched him out because Jordan Hall just came on and Miles walked off.
Okay, so no Miles Thompson. He's the righty that's sitting off.
Well, here we go. Jackson in the middle. Back to Cole. Jackson, Lyle up top. Shane gets it. Now up to Lyle. Shot, score!
And Lyle says, you better put me in. I got you on this one.
Tied once again. As Lyle Thompson with the equalizer at 26.7 left.
Oh, man. I thought they were going to whistle it dead at the start of this play. I don't know if you saw Jordan Hall battling in front of the net. But great passing back and forth. And then Lyle just says, oh, I just need to do what Zed's been doing.
Thompson with his 2nd goal tonight. 21st on the year.
And it's that bounce shot from the top. Del Bianco does not seem to have an answer for it.
You want to talk about a critical face-off here.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Good goal.
So McIntosh and Tyler Burton rather at the X. I mean, with a chance of the winner of this face-off and a chance to win the game.
Now, if Calgary get it, they're calling a timeout. And then they're going 6-on-5 most likely.
Backhand. Set.
But Orleman is back in. The score is tied, so he's back in. He shouldn't come out.
The Swarm bum rush it, and Jason Noble gets it. And they send it back to McIntosh. They got to change quick. And they do. Here's Lyle.
They only need about 8.
They'll try to move it. 8 seconds. Here we go. Lyle Thompson cutting through traffic, putting on the brakes. 4 seconds left. Score! No! They went past Del Bianco. And the horn sounds. And how fitting is it that we end up in overtime? 34 goals and more to come here, Drew.
I'm still a little bit speechless from that last play.
See if we can get a look at how it all went down.
A great job by Jason Noble to get that loose ball. Gives it to Jordan McIntosh.
And Jordan Hall right on the doorstep. Del Bianco, what a save. You can see Hall exasperated. All alone in the middle. I mean, how can you, without a play being drawn up, you can't get a better scoring opportunity like that.
No, and you know what? Hall was putting it in the right spot. He was trying to tuck it along the left post. Now, he just didn't quite get it all the way out. So, if you see that angle from the front, you can see Del Bianco is moving right to left. And basically, Jordan Hall just kind of missed that shot just by an inch, you know?
All right, quick brief of the rules of overtime here for our new viewers to lacrosse on CW69. It is sudden death. First goal wins it. All reviews will come from the booth.
Yep.
Each team has a timeout. And they'll play regular 5-on-5 lacrosse. 6-on-6, including the goaltenders, and no replay reviews and no challenges unless they come from the officials. So a face-off will start at the X, and teams will switch sides, and here we go.
And what a pleasure it's been to cast this game tonight. What an exciting game here live at Sting City and on the CW. So just what a treat all around.
These overtime games, Drew, can go pretty quick. And look at that man right there, Kevin Orleman. Remember, it was an 11-6 game in the beginning of the third quarter when he was brought in. He's been outstanding. Yeah, he's let up some ones that maybe, you know, as we've seen his frustration, say shouldn't have got by him, but they're not in this game without him through the entire third quarter, bringing him back in the game.
Absolutely. It was his play, his effort, his energy that really sparked the Swarm to play better across the board, because they didn't look like a good team when Poulin was in.
Nope.
I don't think Poulin played good, but I don't think the rest of the team played good. As soon as Orleman went in, the team brought it up 2 notches, not just 1, and just have looked like a complete team that you expect to see contending for a championship.
Burden and McIntosh for the fight, and Joe White picks up the loose ball. And the Swarm get the first possession of overtime.
And if we've said Lyle Thompson is one of the best, if not the best indoor lacrosse player, Curtis Dixon is number 2 or 3 on that list.
Here is Thompson cutting through, and he sends it back.
But he gets called for in the crease.
And so Del Bianco rushes out to get it.
Oh,
Lyle
good
Thompson.
heads-up play, yep.
With a little back check there that caused him to think twice.
Oh. Now the shot clock had passed the 8 seconds.
It did, and Lyle Thompson thought it was over 8 seconds, but close enough for the officials to let play continue. And now you just need your goaltender to make a couple of saves.
Oh, Dixon was open.
Tutton chases that one down against the boards and sprints it to the offensive zone. These guys gotta be exhausted at this point, drawing their last reserves of energy. Shane Jackson against the glass, looking for help. And it is Randy on the far side, coming around Salama. Stotts looking for help, tries to feed in the middle. Jackson will chase it down with 6 on the shot clock. They send it back to Randy Stotts. Shot saved, Del Bianco. And Stotts is limping to the bench. And that is not a good sign for the Swarm. As I said, you need your goaltender just to make a couple of stops here. Usually it doesn't last more than 3 or 4 possessions for either team.
A lot of times these games go quick, these overtime games, because everyone's leaving it all out.
Here is Doby, and that's it. Dane Doby with 6 goals tonight and the game winner. And the Roughnecks defeat the Swarm 18-17.
Oh my goodness. And an unbelievable shot from Doby. We saw him score his first goal of the night in almost the exact same fashion. Just an unbelievable shot from him coming off the bench. And, you know, I'd like to see him be played a little bit tighter there, but, you know, again, great game overall.
And here is the final goal as Doby kind of left all alone. They don't double him, or a great screen from Downs clears the space for Doby to bury it.
Yeah, we've got a double pick here, one there, and Noble kind of is pretty far back in.
And so the officials have to review it, and they'll announce a good goal, and that'll be the end of it here as we get the final word. There it is. And so the Calgary Roughnecks win a thriller here in Georgia, 18-17. A tough loss for the Georgia Swarm here on ladies' night, but certainly an exciting game. Again, our next broadcast here at home will be on March 8th against the Philadelphia Wings. And we'll say goodbye to ladies' night here and the Diamond Drop at the Infinite Energy Arena. Certainly thank you guys for joining us. For Drew Petkoff and our entire staff here, I'm Mark Zinno. Thanks for watching Georgia Storm Lacrosse on the CW69.